I gotta fix. Very first thing, I gotta fix something with my UI. I
Mm-hmm.
can't.
I also need to fix
I
something
think it
on
might
your
be the
UI.
same thing that we're fixing.
The party frames?
That would be it.
Yeah. It looks bad.
Doesn't look good.
No.
All right, there we go. That's better. We're live. We're live. And I think I'm ready whenever you are. I am starting out doing this as the Elun's Chosen Moonfire, lunar bear.
I am almost ready. I still need to fix these bars real quick. Right now I can't tell the difference
I have
between us.
unspent talent points. That's not gonna
Yeah,
get old.
same.
That's fine. I mean,
Big
look,
same.
it's a side effect of them giving us the instant catch up to get all the stuff unlocked. It's not gonna be a problem at
Sure.
all once we get going. Like, it's fine.
Sure.
Like, once we're leveling real character, it is telling me I have unspent talent points again, though. Every couple of
Yeah.
seconds, it tells me that.
Same.
That's fine.
It's happening.
Whether
It
it's
is a
fine
thing
or
that's
not, it's
happening.
not gonna stop. So I just have to live with it.
It is a thing that's happening. And will continue to happen while we
Yep.
are doing that. Okay, let me reload really quick because I don't want to lose all these changes again.
Good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna make my travel form a raven.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't look very good. Oh, it looks bad. Oh, actually, no, I like it. I think it's okay. I wish it were a purple
Well,
raven
that was a
instead of a
roller
blue one,
coaster
though.
of emotions.
That's
It's
right.
bad. No, actually, I like it.
It's fine. I think it's fine. All right. Once you're done
Oh, we got a
loading, we'll be
question
good to go.
already. We're
Hello.
just starting it off.
I don't know what the best stats are for it in the alpha. In live servers, either like primary stat file, I am the Storm for Mythic Plus, or just like tepid versatility for raid, primary stat potions for your potion. That's pretty much it.
Indeed.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready-ish.
Okay.
I'm going.
Yep, same. I need to be closer. All right. Okay, there we go. Bit of a weird delay. That happened yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. Remember, we don't just have to clear one rock off of us. It's a bunch.
Oh, yeah? Well, see you later, sucker. I'm done with that.
It took me a while to get through that loading screen for some reason. Oh, this guy's getting
No, it's
killed by a
because I,
spider in
I
front
had
of
to
me.
do it in order to hearth when I came here by mistake.
Oh, okay.
So I had already done that part. I feel very lost without some of my abilities that I am so used to having, and we were friends,
we're
the
doing
abilities and
druid for
I.
this one. I have played around with Prot Warrior a bit on. Oh, interesting. So these quests that we've already done previously on characters, it is saying that you've previously done it on your warband. That's cool. I did play around with Prot Warrior on training dummies a bit. It is not really very different from retail Prot Warrior. So that is where it's at right now. Unfortunately. Currently, I'm finding that this version of Bear Druid, I like the idea of the magic, of the, like, Thrash doing magic damage. That's cool. You do add a lot more cooldowns, though. Like, I'm playing with Convoke, which I don't really think is the right move, but I'm doing it anyway just to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't love it. adding Convoke and Lunar Beam while not really losing any other keybinds it's pretty heavy on the keybind load.
Oh, don't worry. We are going to check out everything. So
Yeah.
you will see Prot Warrior, you will see Prot Pally, you'll see DH once it's available. It's not available right now. There's only 2
DH is
classes
available.
that are missing.
I thought DH
Mm-mm.
was available. It's
Oh,
missing
I tried
some.
making
It's
it.
missing some specs. It's missing some specs though.
Yeah.
Some of its hero specs are not all there.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's not.
Not really a
I
great
mean,
point in playing it if you can only play half of the class.
and also because there's so many other things that are missing from some classes. Like I have no
Okay,
idea.
my
Oh, big
frames.
lag spike.
Yeah,
Yeah. Whatever. Something happened here.
that's right.
Someone's cooking and cooking our frames. Oof,
Man, that is
still.
really, really jacking up my frame rate. Yeah, that's not good.
It's not just you. It's I don't know what it is. It's some sort
I'm
of
gonna blame
event
that
thing here
hunter. I'm
happening
gonna
here.
blame that hunter. Going by.
Yeah, yeah, Hunter. It's his fault. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure that you opt into the beta because there is a chance that you can get access to the alpha as well. There's a beta opt-in page. You're gonna hear me mention this a few times just because we
That's
get
true.
asked a lot on Twitter and on our comments like, how do you get into the alpha? In our case, we are part of a creator group, so we're gonna be um, part of the alpha pretty early on. Not in the first wave this time, but
Not this time.
pretty often. Pretty often in
Oh
one of the
man.
first, second, third waves.
Yeah, that's those frame
Whatever
rate
that is,
dips
I
are
hate it.
really rough. Yeah, I don't like that at
I
all.
really hate it. I really,
I
really hate it.
also I like
Is
that
it the
there's
guy die? Is it the things dying on the beach? Is that what's
maybe
happening?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not done with these yet. I've been kind of distracted.
No.
Just
The Lunar Beam, I don't know. I don't really love Lunar Beam. I wish it were good. They haven't buffed the damage on it directly. They've given a bunch of like choice node hero talents in this arcane bear tree that can buff it, but then you're dealing with the opportunity cost of taking Lunar Beam buffs instead of something else. So I don't really love that. I mean, Maul still hits insanely hard though, so
I
that
will
hadn't changed.
say, even if you did get the Epic Edition, I also got the Epic Edition, but the beta opt-in button was still like available for me to press and use. So there's gonna be no harm in signing up again.
Right.
I would just do that.
Like, I mean, at least officially, there's no pay to entry
Yeah.
or anything. That is something they played around with really, really long ago, like literally all the way back in Mists of Pandaria. But they haven't ever tried anything like that again for like being able to have paid access to beta or
Do
anything.
you want to kill this rare?
Yeah, let me fly over there and kill that rare with you. I honestly think it's not a bad idea to just have paid beta access. Like, I don't really think anybody would be all that upset about that, but, you know, I'm sure that there are tons of people who would find a reason to get mad about it.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was that guy dying, but that didn't do anything.
No. Maybe it's the quest mob from the next quest. So they're doing this quest bang that's sort of like, not grayed out exactly, but like mostly desaturated. When I've already completed that quest previously on my account, my warband has completed it already. And I think that's cool, but it does sort of make it look like an like a quest that I've already picked up and I haven't finished the objectives on, and it's like ready to be handed in. It's sort of the same shade as that, so it's a little bit hard to tell.
I need to find out how to
Yes,
use
that
the
is
ground
correct.
mount.
The new arcane tree, like this is what my bear tree looks like right now. It's pretty jacked up, to be honest. Like, I don't love this. I'm obviously playing with Convoke as well. I don't really think that's the right move, but like leveling, it's kind of hard to get use out of Incarn, full proper use out of Incarn anyway. I'm also playing around with the talent that makes your Thrash do arcane damage, and then I'm also using the passive that makes it so Oh, so that cutscenes pop up.
It's
Great.
backwards for me
Oh,
again.
it was that way for me now. All right, cool.
Uh,
I think the
I
text
don't read
literally
that way.
spawns in the air, and if you're behind where it is, it'll show backwards.
I think you're right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like because the first time it came up, I was like, "Is this? Oh, it's just backwards." All right, cool.
yeah. So I like the arcane thrash, and there's another passive that makes it so that whenever you use an arcane skill, you reduce the cooldown of lunar beam by 3 seconds, and that applies to like Moonfire and I think Moonfire procs from Galactic Guardian, and then also arcane thrash. So lunar beam has a pretty short cooldown because of that, and that is cool. But it's at the end of the day, it's still lunar beam. It does like I don't know less damage than a maul, which is kind of a bummer. They need to actually buff the damage it deals. And that hasn't happened yet.
I want to be able to use like I wish I could toggle real easily between dragon flying bird and regular bird because if I'm just like flying up the stairs instead of walking up
Yeah.
them, I don't want to like waste vigor doing that when I'm going to be using I don't know. I don't
I
think
kind of wish they
I
were
don't like that
separate
implementation.
keybinds,
Yes, that's what I mean. I
regular
don't understand why the
bird
travel
and
stuff isn't separate keybinds either, because I
yeah.
just went into the regular old travel forum on the ground when we were in combat. So it's like
Yeah.
still there, obviously. It's just there's no way to quickly access it.
I've been trying to tell that about arcane flashing claws. I haven't been able to tell yet. Like I haven't been able to just sit on anything and hit it long enough to tell if they're also counting or not. It might be one of those things where there's like a 1 second internal cooldown on it that's not listed. Which talent is it? It's this one right here. Your arcane abilities reduce the cooldown of Lunar Beam by 3 seconds. So maybe I'm hopeful that it does, but I just haven't been able to tell yet. Are you still doing the bombing run thing?
I am, yeah. Yeah,
Gotcha.
sorry.
Something I also haven't checked is just to see, does it count them if... Oh, interesting. Okay, so, well, that just procced and it didn't double hit. So, yeah, I guess so. It looks like it counts even if they don't hit anything, which that really only means thrash, but it looks like it's not double counting. So that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, remember the things are dead because you killed them in front of me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
I
wait until
remember.
I get a second loop around.
Very annoying.
I can't turn this quest in though.
That's actually a pretty big bummer. It really kills kind of one of the
I think
few
I
interesting
DC'd.
synergies here. Oh, that's no good.
I did DC.
I think in that case, you probably just want to run like Elune's Favored, since most of your damage is arcane. You can heal for a lot of arcane damage. I mean, maybe since you are doing more thrash damage, maybe you would take Ursock's Fury, but I think that means Flashing Claws is basically dead. I don't know. The Druid tree is a bit of a mess right now. Like, they've done some reconfiguring on the class tree, and I actually think it's worse and more limiting than it was before, and that's pretty frustrating. There's still basically the exact same layout as ever, as it is in Dragonflight on the right hand tree. Like they haven't done anything with tanks other than some small nerfs to Bear Druid, some pretty good class changes to Monk, and then like some totally irrelevant buffs to Prot Warrior. But in terms of actual like class talent tree or a tank spec talent tree changes, nothing. No changes at all. I'm sure
Oh,
they're
good.
coming any
A
day
character with
now.
that name exists. I'm gonna log into my priest really quick and then I'll relog over. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
I was having too much fun flying around, I guess.
yeah.
Or something.
That's right. Yeah, they also said that they're nerfing all of the incarnation talents for druids. It's not in yet. As you can see, it's still 30 seconds, but they're going to make all of the incarnation talents be 20 seconds. And that's pretty bad. Like, I still think that is the direction you're going to want to go, not convoke. Like, I'm just kind of playing around with this to screw around, but I still just think that you run Incarn, and that just means that Bear is nerfed. Bear is nerfed in like a lot of ways, which really, I don't like that. Like, you have to take a lot of bad filler, like Rejuve, in order to get down here to get to Typhoon. Like, it's literally not possible to get over there still. It's not possible to get over here to the left side of the tree from the middle. Like, you have to start on the sides of the tree that you want to spec to. So it seems like, if anything, they've taken the like one big piece of feedback they've gotten about Druid's class tree, which is that it's like way too limiting and it like punishes you for trying to be a hybrid, and they've doubled down on the mistake. And that's pretty disappointing. I still really like the hero talent trees for Druid. I haven't been pleased by what they've done so
Can you
far
tell
with
me
the
when I go
class
offline,
tree.
please? I can't
You
log
have
in.
just gone offline.
Okay.
I will
I
play
hope this
around
is
with.
not a sign of things to come for Druid form.
Yeah, same. I might switch over to a cool mount that I don't have keybound instead, just in case.
Yeah, I still can't get in. It just keeps telling me a character with that name exists.
Great. Well, I have a lot of things that I haven't bound yet
Okay,
that
well,
I thought I had.
I'm glad I'm giving you this time.
Well, they're bound
to
now.
do Oh, God. I hope this character is not bricked. It's gonna be really unfortunate.
Yeah. I also hope that. Oh, I have
Try
I have
logging
an
into my
unspent
place one more
talent point.
time. Yeah, me too.
We're getting that notification all the time throughout the process. That's fine.
Okay,
It
I'm just closing
seems
everything.
it seems like Raze and Thrash are probably still gonna be where you get all your damage from. I don't know. Lunar Beam might be something, but I don't really think so. I think most likely you're gonna basically run the same talent setup that you have before, except I'm guessing you're probably gonna run Lunar Beam somehow. I'm not sure what you're gonna drop to get it. You really still want to run Ursoc's Fury, so like, what do you give up? Rage of the Sleeper? That's pretty rough, but I think that might be what it is, because I just don't see what else you would give up instead. Blood Frenzy's too good, especially if you're running Raze. I think the only way you could do it is to drop Raze, and that's pretty rough. I mean, yeah, maybe you drop Blood Frenzy. I don't really love any of the things that you have to drop to get crappy little old Lunar Beam out of the deal. It just really it does 36,000 damage in the gear that I'm wearing right now, which is like a Moonfire. It's not on that long of a cooldown, and it has some other benefits, the mastery bonus and the healing, and then all of the different talent synergies. But at the end of the day, it's not like it does a big cooldown's worth of damage. A single raise with Tooth and Claw can do about as much damage as this big cooldown that requires an extra keybind and like talent points to get.
Well, I have bad news.
Uh-huh. What's that?
I still can't get into the character.
Yeah, I see that.
Is it showing me logging in or anything?
No, it's just showing you offline.
Can you remove me from the group?
I can. You're still there.
I'm still in your group. You can't remove me?
No, I removed you. I'm just still seeing you there in the world.
Oh, you said I disconnected.
Yeah. It keeps saying that
But
you're
my character
offline, but
is
then
there.
I keep
I
seeing your
understand.
character there. Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me if it disappears, I guess?
I will. Other than this particular experience, I would say that this alpha has been really good, really successful, and smooth. This is not smooth or successful, but all of
No.
our experiences yesterday were really good. I think we only had a couple of little hang-ups that didn't really take all that much time. We got through the first zone in about 2 hours and 20 in looking back at it. And that was with like stopping to look at things and, talk to chat.
Yeah, and we also put together a review of yesterday. Our last video is yesterday's review.
That's right. Yeah, I think that Ray's being frankly a mechanic that's a lot more like this Druid of the Claw passive, or this main skill that like converts your maul into an AoE skill that does like a proc. I think that would make a lot more sense for Raise, and it's really weird to have both Raise and this proc that's based on Maul exist at the same time. It really doesn't make any sense. It's like they keep having the same idea over and over again. I haven't played Druid of Claw yet. We've only done a couple of quests, and then we've had this hold up here. You're still logged in.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to make a new character.
I guess so.
It's not great.
You are able to swap back and forth between talent trees really easy. Just like, this quickly. I do have a different talent set up for Druid of the Claw. I can just go hit some stuff while I wait for you to disconnect, I guess. This one is more conventional, has Raise, Incarn, Urzak's Fury, all the stuff you know and love. And I didn't play around with any of the cat weaving stuff that's in this tree. Well, actually I do have this one, I suppose. But most of the cat weaving stuff, like, there isn't really a reason to be cat weaving in leveling. And so my thought process was basically just like, what can I do to kind of be oriented more toward leveling? So we see we have this Ravage skill here, which that's actually a pretty good animation. That was something I noticed about the animation of the Lunar Bear Thrash, that it doesn't change the color or anything. Like, it doesn't look any different. I was actually a little disappointed by that. It still looks like the exact same old physical damage thrash. It looks exactly the same as this Thrash, and I feel like, they probably should have at least given it just like a blue recolor so it looks like arcane damage. But yeah, one of these talents makes it so that the first time you mangle when you're in combat, it automatically converts your next Maul into this Ravage skill. Unlike Raise, you do have to be in melee range, like Maul, in order to use it, but then it's an AoE, bit weird. Kind of like old Cleave for Warrior. Pretty short melee range as well. They've gotten rid of all the melee range extending talents, and then they've given cat form back like base melee range, like 3 extra yards of melee range, but Bear's just screwed. Bear just has like super tiny melee range, although that is hitting, so I don't know. But like Raise, you can see I'm raising. Okay, finally got those guys, but I threw a couple of raises before it hit them, so the range on it's pretty short. Yeah, the only real mechanic of this Druid of the Claw spec is that sometimes it'll convert your Maul into that. They've given it 2 names now. It's called Ravage, but then all of the other talents call it Massive Attack. It was called Massive Attack for a while, and then they switched to Ravage, and I guess they haven't updated some of the other talents.
I'm back in.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would say thematically the Druid of the Claw, little underwhelming. For Bear, I mean, it might wind up being good numerically, but a little, just mostly passive, really, in terms of like the bonuses. Yeah, I think that the Lunar Bear, the Elun's Chosen, is a lot more interesting thematically, and it's definitely different. I don't know that I love the different parts of it. I definitely don't love the idea of synergizing with Lunar Beam if they're not going to buff Lunar Beam.
How much did you do?
I didn't do anything. I picked up impossible odds.
I'm at Hypo Center. I'm like moving the rocks off the guys.
Okay, that's the next
We have
quest.
to do that by ourselves anyway, because last
it's fine.
time this is one of the hiccups that we had, is last time
this quest bugged out, and
completion was not shared.
Yeah, we had like moved all the guys, moved all the rocks, picked up all the guys, and yet they were all gone for her, and she had like 7 of 8 done, but then everything was removed, so she had to drop it and pick it back up. That's always annoying. There's always like one quest where that happens.
Yep. Like the one where you had to run up the tower and collect the things.
That's right. There was a quest where she gathered a bunch of research notes on the ground, and because she had gathered them within the last 5 minutes, I wasn't able to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those were really the only hiccups we had though. This being
Yeah.
disconnected, I mean that's happened in almost every alpha. It
Oh,
usually
yeah.
takes a little bit longer for it to register that the character's offline, but
Yeah.
uh something to keep in mind about that is alpha traffic is deprioritized versus retail and
That's
classic
true.
traffic, so it's not gonna be as quick to register that stuff's offline.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the old character with that name exists bug going all the way back to like the mid 2000s, the mid aughts. So that's definitely something that's existed for forever. And it only taking, 5 minutes feels like an absolute eternity when you're just sitting there doing nothing, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
that bad. And I would say that 5 minute hang up was probably as long as all of the hang ups we had yesterday combined, which for the first zone of a new expansion in the
I
alpha,
think we're
that's
ready to go.
good. Yeah, me too. I also like that you can drag and ride dynamic flight, whatever, in flight form. I do think it's
I
good.
am concerned though about disconnecting as I come in too quickly,
Yeah, that is
etc.
a legitimate concern, and I kind of
I think that is exactly what just happened, to be honest. What are we doing in here?
just looking around, leaving.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I do miss my good looking flight form. I was
Oh yeah, me
thinking
too.
because I normally am Zandalari Troll Druid, and the reason I do that is because all their travel forms are great looking, and that's the only reason. I don't like their racials or anything.
And I'm
Um,
normally an Ardenwheel moth, so
yeah. But I will
uh
definitely. I was thinking like maybe I'll play around with Tauren. Maybe I'll go back to Tauren. Nope, I'm definitely sticking with the big pterodactyl flight form. I missed that already. Oh, we're skipping that conversation.
yeah, no kidding.
Big pro tip for making everything faster: don't read, just go.
Yeah, don't read.
That's
Reading's
right.
overrated.
That's right. Cool teleporter here. I can't use it while I'm moving. I didn't feel like I was. Yeah, the aquatic forms for the trolls are incredible.
Gotta wait for
Okay.
a conversation here.
Okay, I've finished my conversation. Now we have to fly down south. Weird little bug here too, where instead of like showing the number on the campaign objective, it's just showing an ellipsis. It's a little weird. That's fine.
At least the roll is good. The
Oh
spinning surge
yeah,
is
the
good.
yeah, the
We
whirling
tested.
surge.
If you missed our stream last night, we tested all of the mounts that have dynamic. Well, not all of them, but a big majority of styles
Oh
of
god.
mounts, so you
We
could
did it for over
see.
an hour. I thought it was like 20
Yes.
minutes. It was like an hour and
No.
5.
Yeah. So you could see what the different mounts look like when they surge forward, and some of them are, they should be banned, but others
Yeah.
are pretty cool.
That's true. There were some surprisingly good ones, like I'm gonna pull up the disc right now.
The disc is really good, and the raptor, I think,
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah, this one's my favorite, I think. Although I haven't tried it on anything other than the monk, so it might suck. I don't know. Nope, it's pretty good. Which direction are we going? West? Okay, I'm gonna fly around a
I
bit.
don't know if I have that on here.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks
Look
pretty
at on
good.
the
The flying carpet looked good until we did the whirling surge, and then it does like half of a barrel roll and then just sort of like teleports back into its default riding animation. It was
yeah, the disc.
terrifying.
The
But the
disc
disc
is
looks
pretty
good.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Are you
fly
ready
over
to
to
do
that
this?
cave. Yep, I'm flying over.
Yeah.
They're teaching us about delves. All right. We're gonna hang out with Bran and do some delve. Cool. And I'm gonna
Oh,
set
now
him
I
to
have
damage
the.
dealer.
I'll walk away so you can have the thing up on your screen, so you can show
Oh, this
people
one.
what it looks
Yeah.
like.
It's
As soon
it
as I get
just is
close.
like so you get some XP, you get some stuff out of there, and then there's some like debuffs or whatever happening in here.
The
Definitely still
Legion
a work
class
in
mounts,
progress.
yes, they do dynamically fly. I tested the pre-swim
Yes.
last night.
Yep. And I
And it
tested
looks
the
great, by the
Antorus
way.
mounts. They
It
all
looks
looked
great.
really good.
It tucks its wings in and does a roll. It looks really good.
Yeah, I tested Banlu, the monk class mount. I think we were both impressed by the way that cats look when they're doing dynamic
Yeah,
flight. Like, I
cats
thought
look
they would
great.
look dumb, but they looked really good.
Horses look terrible.
Horrible.
Horses look terrible.
But Invincible looks good because it has wings.
Invincible
Anything
looks
that has
okay. So
wings
winged
looks
horses
good.
is fine.
Anything without
Yeah.
wings that's a horse or a moose
Yeah.
looks, whew, bad.
Yeah, it looks bad. Because you know how they like sort of dance back and forth when they're just flying in a straight line? They kind of do that, but at like breakneck speeds, so it kind of looks like they're having a stroke while they're flying. It's
They
not good.
sway back and forth a bunch too. They look really
Yes.
weird.
It's not good.
Yeah,
It's not good. Okay, now he's gonna run us over. Yep.
that's right. Oh man. So I even said in the video yesterday that you escort a bunch of, or you push a bunch of bombs through.
How do you have your
but these are
Legion
not
bear
bombs.
and I don't?
I wouldn't turn it on.
I tried to turn mine on. It said I didn't have it.
Oh, I don't know.
Huh.
That's an interesting bug. So I'm playing Lunar Bear right now, but I have the other bonus. I have the Druid of the Claw, or at least I had one charge of the Druid of the Claw Ravage thing going on. So I was just getting the benefits of both hero talent trees. That's probably not supposed to be the case. I think that Grim Butthole being in there, I know that's not a Shadowlands dungeon, but I think Grim Butthole
kill
being
this
in
rare?
the War Within is like a travesty. Yes, I do. I hate Grim Butthole. I think it's one of the worst dungeons they've ever made. And
I love Grimbatol.
yeah.
Oh no, my click to cast stuff is not working.
Wait, is it Grim Butthole or is it? Oh my god, I can't remember which dungeon it is. Anyways, the Shadowlands dungeons being in, I think they're good. I never really loved Wake, Necrotic Wake all that much, but you know, I'll allow it. And then I love Miss Eternity, so I was legitimately happy about that one. Now I have to look up which dungeons are in the season one
Herald,
list.
I have bad news.
Make sure I have them
I
right.
have no keybinds. It rewrote all my keybinds.
That's not great.
All right, I bound the important one.
I was thinking it was Grim Butthole, but now it's not. It's not Grim Butthole. Which one is it? It's what's the prison one from BFA? Is it that one that I've somehow confused them?
No, the prison one is the siege, or are you talking about the? Oh no, that's the boat one.
The boat one is in. My inability to read is really hamstringing me right now. What do we have to do? We have to go up the hill? All right.
I can't remember. I'm binding my keys.
Hold on. Dungeons. I don't have to look. I don't have to remember. I don't have to find it on a website. It would be... It's either Tol de Gore is what I'm confusing Grim Batol with. And now I genuinely can't remember if it's Tol de Gore or Grim Batol. That is the Season 1 dungeon. And one of those is incredibly evil, and one of those is just hard. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find out what dungeon it is.
Okay, I tried to save this, but
yeah, this is very weird. I'm actually getting the benefit of both hero talent trees right now. I am currently Druid of the Claw, but oh, maybe I'm not getting the benefit of both talent trees. Maybe I just thought I had spec'd over to Elun's Chosen, and then I'm still playing with the Lunar Bear setup. That makes more sense. Wow,
you pick up
I'm
that
smart.
quest, Herald?
Nope, I didn't. I walked over to it and then got to thinking about dungeons in Season 1. We're both supposed to be pushing the cart. We're miles away. That's fine.
We're just not, yeah.
We're just not doing it. That's okay. I don't think it's going to fail because we're not doing it.
Who knows?
Yeah. Nope, it just stopped moving. I noticed that our dwarves that we're helping have multiplied. Substantially. Okay. Now I'm playing the Lunar Bear setup correctly. Like I meant to the whole time.
They would have to update those dungeons, like, significantly.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they're not good right now. I have an unspent talent point.
Oh yeah, me too.
The ground rumbles beneath your feet, look out.
Yep, another classic alpha bug. At least we're not having anything like that. That happened. There were a lot of bugs in the BFA alpha, and one of them was at every, I don't know, 30 seconds while you were in, what's the spooky zone? Drusvar? While you were in Drusvar,
Yes.
you would get that message. It would pop up in the middle of your screen in yellow text. It would just say, the ground rumbles beneath your feet. Watch out. And that was all that would happen.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So originally they had planned for if you stood in place, a thing would pop out of the ground and attack you, but they scrapped the idea.
Yeah. Interesting that none of the arcane spells I'm casting with Convoke are counting toward cooldown reduction for Lunar Beam. That seems like an oversight, but if it stays that way, then I think that really helps cement Convoke as being kind of a dead skill.
You have a question about blood DK?
Are they going to move forward?
I don't
didn't
know.
really like the Sen lane for
The
Blood
cart's too
DK.
heavy. There's too many dwarves on it now.
That's true.
Look at it.
Maybe we have to move forward. I think that's what it is. We have to go kill General Webinar. I thought Sen Lane looked thematically pretty cool when I first looked at it, and then the more I kind of thought about how it's actually going to play, it seems like it's just going to be Heartstrike spam. I can't remember what the name of the other one is. Deathbringer? Sounds right. I think that one seems maybe more fun to actually play, less cool in terms of the concept. The idea of getting like a big cooldown as Blood DK, like a big offensive cooldown, is nice. Definitely what you're looking for is Blood. More offensive cooldowns.
Oh.
All right, that's a flaming minecart.
Yep, that it is.
That's what it is. I have to figure out what these dungeons are that are in Season 1. It's going to make me insane if I can't figure this out.
I mean, the treasure vault's open, so.
Yep. Where is it? It's... Oh, look at that. Some stuff over here. Am I just pinging myself as usual? Nope. All right.
No,
good.
I see what you're talking
Oh, these are just
about.
bonuses.
These are just powers.
All right. Well, so we were supposed to
just
run out
powers?
into the web to get the powers before fighting the boss?
Yeah, I guess.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All this time I had thought when it said Grimbatol, I was thinking Tol de Gore.
Yes.
Grimbatol is I think that's gonna be pretty hard.
It's gonna be hard, and I'm gonna love it. I love that dungeon. I have done it way too many times, so.
I'm not sure how I feel about it being in the rotation, to be honest.
I turned on auto loot, but it's still not happening.
Great. Mists of Tyrannoseath and Necrotic Wake, I think, are both good. Siege of Borealis is terrible. I don't like that dungeon, and I never did, and I never will. And I'm ready
Same.
to leave the Delve.
Me too.
All right. I think that's probably enough of playing around with the Loons Chosen for now. I'm going to switch over to the Druid of the Claw setup. Yeah, I would agree with that. If Grimbatol has the bombing run and it works and it is a legitimate part of every aspect of it, that's going to be concerning. I see. This is something I hadn't really played around with yet, so it looks like you can actually have your hero specs tied to your talent setup. So when you swap from one to the other, it'll swap your hero spec, and that's why I was getting confused earlier because I had not put 2 and 2 together there on that. And now I have. All right, I'm going to play around with this Druid of the Claw stuff for a little while. And then I'm going to play some good old-fashioned Cat Druid. Because that one with the blood talents has really been speaking to me. You want to go hand in quests east of here?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that's actually really good. I was just assuming that it was going to be like low quality of life, and I had to swap the one hero spec and then swap the talent spec, and yeah, I was underestimating Blizzard on that one. My bad.
Where? Which? What?
There's these two guys over here, and then there's one guy that's I think in this building.
Oh, you want to just do the campaign? Do you want to?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good to just do the campaign. We can hand in
turn
webbed
in that one,
ingots.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a follow up, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's Oh, I do remember what it is. It gives XP not to us, it gives XP to Bren Bronzebeard.
Oh, right.
Cool. Yeah. You can level up an NPC. You ready to fly over to this couple of campaign
no,
quests?
can you show me where the door is for that other one? I forgot.
Yeah, it's a little bit to the north end of town.
Is it this one?
It's this
Yep.
one. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm out of here. Not waiting for your other quest. Bye.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think a lot of race class combos that are like still constrained should not be anymore. I think we're overdue for a lot more freedom when it comes to like
If we can play
that kind of
together, why
thing.
can't we just be each other's races? Who cares? Just open them all
Yeah.
up. Whatever.
Like I don't even I guess I get maybe Druid is like the one where I can go, I would like to
Look.
play Panda Druid, that kind of thing, but I get why they don't, because Druids specifically have like a lot of models that they would have to create to have like, I don't know, Blood Elf Druid. Let's kill this guy. But I don't know, I'd like to play a Blood Elf Druid. I think that seems fun. Okay. I think that this sort of mangle override skill, it definitely is hitting hard. I like that aspect of it. I do feel like I'm doing less damage in this content than I was as the Lunar Bear, though. I think the Caster Bear was doing more. Weirdly. Yeah, I mean, Blood Elf Druid, I remember ages ago on, like, the Reddit or something, somebody made a like, as an art project, like a mock-up of a gnome druid. And so, you know, like teeny tiny little kitten for the cat form, that kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, that's fun. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
I think I said this yesterday during the stream. I think this all the time. Like, I think World of Warcraft and just Blizzard more generally are at their best when they're being silly.
Yes.
And what's sillier than gnome druid?
A tiny little bear and a tiny little cat. Yeah.
That's right. All right, let's kill some more of these guys. Get some more Hungarian chunks for you. Get some more glittering ore for both of us. I mean, Bear definitely still deals some damage. Yeah. I think I'm also done. Oh, you know what? There's that quest over here in the tower, though.
That's not. We're not.
It's not a campaign quest. Yeah, it's fine. No side. Yeah, no side quests. We're good.
We did all the side quests yesterday, so we decided today we would just focus on the campaign to level other characters and check them out.
Yeah.
What would the rest.
What would Pandaren Druid travel form be? I want to say a keg. I mean, that seems obvious, but that doesn't make sense.
Keg?
That's right.
All right. On the ground, maybe. In the sky, you'd be just riding along on a cloud, probably.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it is literally WoW at night for us here. It's what, 2 in the morning? 2:30?
Yep, 2:40. Oh, we're just healing guys. I forgot.
Yeah, we're picking dudes up and we're drowning them in this healing water. I mean, this one's just completely under the water. And that is bringing her back to life, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so this tree is basically centered around this talent right here, the Ravage that replaces your Maul. And if I mean, if I'm reading it right, it doesn't seem like it actually does any more damage to your primary target than regular Maul. um, and the proc rate has not been
rolling
very high.
armadillo. Love
I feel
that.
like the proc rate is like a couple procs per minute or something, which just doesn't feel great. Maybe it's because of like leveling, flying around, killing stuff super fast, but I don't know. It feels like it could be higher.
Okay, having read the quest text this time of this one, it's really not that intuitive, like who you're supposed to talk to next. You just sort of have to talk
Yeah.
to everybody until you find the one that is next for the quest.
Yeah. A lot of like passive damage increases from this. I guess you get a bleed. That's okay.
I'm leaving.
Eh. I will definitely say that from doing this campaign yesterday on the monk as Windwalker and then playing around with some Brewmaster, that we're kind of reapproaching like Battle for Azeroth era difference between DPS and tanks in terms of damage. Like I felt like I was doing, I don't know, 500 times more damage on Windwalker than I was as Brewmaster. Like it felt kind of slow as Brewmaster. And then I basically every global cooldown felt like Touch of Death as Windwalker. Yeah.
Oxy, I love that idea.
Yes, I agree.
I love that idea. This
All
idea,
right.
it's good, this idea.
That's right. All right, time to blow up some stuff.
Yep. Not ourselves, but other
No,
things.
not ourselves. I mean, I do like the animation on the Ravage. I'll give him that. I think that part's cool. But I'm not super thrilled by like the damage that it's dealing. And just having a multiple different Maul procs. You have Tooth and Claw, and you have Ravage, and then you also have Raise. Like, there's a lot going on there.
Wait a minute. It converted me over to cat form for Convoke.
Maybe.
I don't understand.
All right, I'm gonna play around a little bit with Feral Druid. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I think I've seen all I really have to of Druid of the Claw. Again, numerically it could be good, but just thematically it's kind of whatever. All right, let's try Feral Druid of the Claw. And let's try I guess floating around on the ground. That's very strange. Are you seeing this?
No, I'm just seeing you wandering around as a cat.
Okay, and I am walking like regular style where you move your legs to
Yes.
walk? Oh,
Yes.
okay. How normal. That's not exactly what's happening on my end.
Okay, I have to see what's happening on your end. I'm not watching. The video's so
Yeah.
delayed for me, so. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, that looks totally normal.
I love this. I wish I could have this all the time on all of my characters.
I mean, it is an approach to running.
I've been expecting this whole time for it to finally like catch up and stop having me just sort of Roombaing around, but that has not yet occurred. I think I'm gonna have to stop moving.
Yeah.
Or back
Probably.
up. Nope. I'm able to also moonwalk with my mind. The fact that I have all these sparklies floating around me is really like enhancing the experience. Okay. Maybe if I do some other animation, it'll fix it. Hopefully. Well, not yet. All right, that's a pretty hard-hitting Ferocious Bite. That I did like.
Ferocious Bite has been pretty beefy.
Oh, I see what's going on. I'm stuck in a looting animation, or sort of a hunched animation. Yeah? Yeah, that's right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we're seeing that bug, guys.
Yep. Well, there we go. At least this bug is like a fun visual bug instead of some sort of horrible gameplay disabling bug. That's a pretty big Ferocious Bite. That's not too bad. I feel like by the time I have my combo points generated, oh my god, I'm missing Primal Fury. Yeah, the talent tree is pretty jacked up right now for Feral Druid, but that would explain why that was happening. I knew something felt wrong. Burning Crusade era Druid had better combo point generation than this.
I'm done. You turn those in already?
I'm almost done. I have one more hole to destroy. Big blast.
Oh
Howdy.
no, again.
You're disconnected?
Yeah,
That's no good.
just flying.
Okay, yeah, the non-Ravage Ferocious Bites are pretty bad. They're pretty pitiful. And then the Ravage Ferocious Bites hit for like 250k or something. Maybe it's just that I've been getting lucky with crits.
Okay, 5-minute interlude to test whatever you like, I guess.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's no, it definitely yeah, the Ravage procs definitely increase your Ferocious Bite damage, but I would say in general this Druid of the Claw spec both for Feral and for Bear Druid a little underwhelming. I don't know. I'm not that thrilled about it. Like this proc being based on auto attacks, it's a little slow. It's not that. I don't know. I think if there were like more of them, or maybe there was something else going on with the proc, that would be more interesting. I guess maybe if this number right here were larger, or if they weren't tuning down the amount of Berserk uptime you get, maybe that would do something to fix it. All right, let's try out that other tree, the Wild Stalker. That was the one I was really interested in seeing. Oh, I'm in combat and I'm just getting blasted in the face. Excellent. That's fine. These guys do not hit very hard. Unlike me. Yeah, the flight form disconnects are a bummer. You're banned from flight form.
I mean, no, and also no.
All right. All right, this talent tree didn't seem like it was really all that much more complex than the other one, except instead of being like, there's a proc and then you do something, this one's just like, there's a proc and now it does damage, but I just kind of wanted to see what the chances are and like how much it actually feels like it's doing while it's happening. It's like you get these rip and rake procs, or I guess rip and rake do damage, and then you get some procs while they're active, and then you get like damage bonuses while they're happening from this one. So let me go, I don't know, eat some unicorns?
EDH is not it's not fully in yet in the alpha.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the case.
So we can't test it yet.
Yeah, they have
That's
one
why
of
no
the
one is
trees in
playing
for
it.
Vengeance, but not both.
Yeah, that's why no one is playing it right now, because it's not available yet. And also, do not worry about asking us to play something.
There we go. Bloodseeker
Please.
Vines.
We are
Oh yeah,
not
that's
super
definitely
sensitive
shredding.
about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And we get much worse abuse in the comment section, so.
That's true. Yeah, I honestly would like to see
the internet,
them.
After all.
Yes, I would like to see them make a move away from the sigil playstyle. I think a lot of people, even though they're incredibly overpowered.
Fun.
Overpowered is the word.
Overpowered.
No, overpowered is the word. Fun is not the word. I don't find the sigil playstyle fun. I actually find it not fun at all. I really have not been a fan. Even though I came into the patch thinking it was going to be like really good and fun, I would definitely say it's 1 out of 2.
So I hate cat form for Resto Druid, and I know a lot of people like it, and it does a lot of damage.
Oh,
and all of the talents are sort of leaning into more of that, and I'm like, well, I know I would.
Oh, most definitely. And this Wild Stalker Druid talent tree that splits the difference between Resto and Feral is definitely like right in that range. Like, Let's
Yep.
just convoke it up. See how we're doing here. I'm just going to throw like a rip and a rake and then just walk away and let the guy bleed out. I haven't gotten a... There we go, right there. Bloodseeker Vines. You can see the moment that it procs. Like, even though they just... So, weak auras were active for like an hour or two yesterday, and then they turned that all off. So, like, no weak auras. It's a little hard to track procs, but you can see the moment that Bloodseeker Vines procs on these guys, they're toast. Boom, right there. Tick, 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 gone. Yeah. That's
I
pretty
have those as
strong.
well on Resto.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and they also there's also a healing version of them.
Yeah, you get that from, is it life blooms or regrowths? Oh, it's a lot of things. Wild growth,
It's a lot.
regrowth,
It's
and
everything
F-flow.
basically.
And
Yeah.
technically you can get all of those as resto. Not that I would really want
Yep.
to, but you can.
Yep. I mean, some of the talents for the, between the two really feel like they're
Good
definitely
lord.
geared
I
more
mean, this
towards
guy's just
raid.
getting annihilated, yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. I think this one seems for Cat like it will be really good for Mythic Plus because you're able to use, what is it, Primal Wrath to AoE
Yeah.
rip. And then you can rake multiple targets. You can like spread it around. And so between those two and between, I can't remember what is it. This one right here, Twin Sprouts. You can get Bloodseeker Vines to spawn. 10% chance when they spawn to spawn on another target nearby as well. So if you're getting Bloodseeker Vines on like, 5-6 targets and an AoE pull, I think you're going to be doing insane damage as Cat.
I actually think to answer your question about why are they making it more busted, there's not really a big representation on Feral Druid.
True.
So
They definitely need something, yeah.
Yeah. They can do big burst. Obviously, we see them in Mythic Plus, so sometimes we invite them, but unfortunately, they're either really good or really not. And the issue is they die a lot too.
Yes. I feel
So
like
I'm hoping that some of these things will fix that for those people who are struggling to stay alive.
yeah. Yeah, and like not to beat anybody down, but I definitely feel like it's very much one end of the spectrum or the other when it comes to feral druids. They're either like truly insane damage or also in the dungeon. You know?
Oh, yeah. I don't like that style, that play style. That one guy. I don't like
Yeah.
that play style personally, but I know a lot of people do enjoy it. And I'm not hating on that. I actually play, mostly healers, so I understand if they enjoy that for the downtime. It makes it more interesting to them, but to me, it just feels like you can't be like the best at either thing, and I don't love that very much.
I know a lot of healers. I don't know. I guess they have a fraught relationship with dealing damage. Like there's a lot of healers who really hate when they're not able to do damage, and then as soon as they are then like expected to do damage and the damage requirements are tuned around the expectation that they will, now they hate it. And I feel like that's kind of a seesaw that always occurs with
Yeah.
healers, is they go from they're
Yeah.
not expected to do damage or tune around healing all the time. Okay, now they complain that they never have time to do damage. And then I think you might
I
actually
just
be
wish it was an
offline.
option. I wish that one style wasn't weighted so much
Yeah.
more heavily than the other for both directions. Like
Yep.
I want people who love, you know, to do damage as a healer to have that and to do big damage. And then I also want people who don't want to do damage to have other abilities, maybe, like enfeebling abilities like Evoker or something. Like those would be easier. They'd be casted. You wouldn't have to switch forms. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like there are other opportunities to change what the healers are doing that's not just damage. But, I also play Disc Priest and I like doing damage on that, but you need to do damage to heal anyway. So, it doesn't matter.
You know what? I have done the Disc Priest Mage Tower, and I also like Disc Priest, and I have strong opinions about it.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that would be okay.
I do think it's a mistake that they haven't put in more support specs. Like I
Absolutely.
enjoy AUG, and I think it is an avenue of play that should have been expanded on. I think you can look at a lot of classes and say, like, yeah, there's probably an existing support spec in that concept, like in that class that exists right now, like Enhancement Shaman. It's in the name.
I mean, that should be Disc Priest role, in my opinion.
I would
That should be
agree.
Disc Priest role. We don't need 2 healing specs on one class. I say
No,
that as a priest main, you guys. I'm a priest healer main. I'm saying that as a priest main. I don't think we need 2 healing specs on it. I do enjoy playing both Holy and Disc, and I probably would be sad at this point if they completely cut what one of them is doing, but I wouldn't be terribly mad if they turned Disc into like something like an evoker, or if they turned Enhancement Shaman into an actual enhancer. Like it, I'm
I
sure
mean
a lot
this
of people would
is
be upset about that too. So I'm gonna tread carefully here, but
this is a
yeah,
rumor I feel like I've helped spread because I want it to make it
yeah,
real. I want
yeah.
Enhancement Shaman to be a support spec. I want like a lot of support specs to exist, but at least like Discipline Priest and Enhancement Shaman, those both would just make perfect sense. I think there are other specs that could do it too, though. There's a lot of
They
different
even have the
archetypes
name
they could
for
come
it.
up with it, but exactly.
They even have the name. They have the right name for it. Like they're ready to go.
I
I
mean,
mean, you
there
could
are
still
other
do
specs
damage. I
though.
mean,
Like
Augment Evoker does damage too.
you could make
So, you know, Disc
Affliction
Priest can
into a
still do
spec
damage.
that supports by like reducing enemy damage and stuff. Like there's a lot of ideas that I think are decent that could make that concept work pretty well. You know, ultimately, the idea of ever changing a spec from doing what it does into something else, like drastically, like the way that they've done with Survival Hunter, where they changed it from being a DPS spec into a spec that doesn't exist. You know, that's always like you run the risk of alienating a large section of people. And so
Yep.
it almost would have to be a new spec. And so, like, how many specs does this game need? But I don't know. I think it would
Well,
be
we
better to
are
have
actually kind
more.
of missing a few specs, right? Like, I really think that DH could use a range spec. It seemed
I would
like
agree.
really obvious to me and like right there. Like, why doesn't it have a range spec? I
I'm
mean,
looking
Demon
around for
Hunters
where
and
your body
Diablo
is, and I don't
franchise
see
are a
it. I
range
think you
class.
are able to log back in.
Okay,
Maybe.
great. Like range DH makes sense to me. They could throw Felglaives. They could do Chakrams like a Demon Hunter in the Diablo franchise. Like
Yeah,
to me, it just seems like it's right there, guys. Like
I am stuck in this
just do
crouching
it.
position, though. Yeah, I would like
Well,
for them to do that. I would like
at
for
least you're not
Demon Hunter to have
disconnecting.
something
So
ranged.
there's that.
Yep.
It's whenever I leave to go on to the next part of the
Oh, wow, you
campaign.
teleported. Interesting. You teleported a long distance.
I'm flying.
No, you teleported.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant.
There's a section right here that really, really reminds me of an area in Elden Ring. I think they were definitely inspired by it as they were coming up with the art. It's as you're walking toward Lendell. This area right here really makes me think of the spot where you walk up to the 2 tree sentinels up the multiple sets of stairs. That might just be me. Maybe it's just because it's a long, long walkway with a couple sets of stairs, but
You know what I
it
love
is that.
doing? I love rebinding every spell every time I log in.
Oh, every time, huh?
Yeah,
Fun.
I'm having to rebind everything.
Are you reloading after you get them all bound?
I am, and
Oh,
they're
good.
not saving.
Yeah, I had a weird bug yesterday where I disconnected after I had reloaded, after everything was fine, and I had like logged off and back on. And I reloaded, or I whatever. I didn't change anything. I disconnected, and then everything reverted to how it had been like 2 hours before. So yeah, I don't know. Alpha. It's gonna alpha.
Alpha problems.
That's how it goes. That's
Didn't really
okay.
have this problem yesterday though.
No, tech problems were pretty limited yesterday. Once
Yeah,
we
just a
got
couple
bars
quest
set up.
problems.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Honestly, like I've been impressed. I thought that the last expansion had pretty good polish to start out, and I think it's significantly better this time. And again, I thought the bar was already pretty high compared to how it had been in some previous expansions.
You might be wondering, are you offline? Yes, I am. I'm
Oh,
trying to
third
save my
time?
key bindings.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
Oh, bye, Swedish. Thanks for joining us. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Have fun at work. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry that you're off to work.
Yes. I'm just flying in a circle. I really do like this tree. Like, that's not the right way to put it. I actually don't think that this talent tree is really all that interesting. It's basically just a bunch of damage procs, but they've done the same thing that the Shadowpan tree did with the Windwalker Monk yesterday, where, like, it's not mechanically interesting, but it does a lot of damage, so I like it. Yeah, bleed these guys up, watch them just tick out. That's pretty satisfying, especially the spreading of the vines. When one guy dies with a vine on him, it spreads. Like, that's pretty cool. I do think this is kind of. I know that Herald Druid sort of has two different themes. One of, like, bleeding everything up and letting it all tick down, and then the other of, like, biting stuff until it dies. I've always found the bleeding things up to be, like, the more interesting of the two sort of concepts or ideas for Druid. So that one really resonates a lot more with me. And that basically is just what the two trees are. This one's like bleed everything up. This one is bite like crazy. And yeah, I don't know. I think the biting is not as interesting, which is weird just as a sentence to say, just without any context.
I'm here and I'm questing and
Yeah.
things are happening. And seems fine.
Yep. I'm just throwing books at people. I'm forcing these guys to read.
I'm handing out pamphlets.
Sucks to suck, bozos. You gotta read. Not me, though.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, 72. I've been out biting monsters for a while.
Yeah, I don't think I'll hit 72.
You might.
Nah. No, I'm a bar and a half away. All right.
All right. Let's see, what else are we off to? We're gonna meet a guy up on top of a perch. Okay.
Don't go in the
Oh,
dungeon
right.
this
Yeah,
time.
this is a guy that's next to a dungeon, but then you can't actually do the dungeon. Or technically, you can do the dungeon, but you're not supposed to do the dungeon during the campaign quest line. But then once it's live, you will. And then people said, "Well, wait, you're gonna make us do quests or dungeon quests for leveling." And then they said, "But the follower dungeon, so you don't have to play with other people, so it's fine." And that makes sense. That's all good. That was always the thing I hated about, like, I don't know, vanilla Burning Crusade era questing, where there would be some quest that puts you through a dungeon where, like, it makes sense thematically for a zone's quest line to culminate in going to a dungeon to kill the big guy or do something. But then you have to actually do a dungeon to level. Yeah. So the follower dungeon system works pretty well for that. For people who don't want to play with other people. Or who just don't want to sit in an incredibly long queue. Oh yeah, this quest again, where we have to set this area up and then do like a little tower defense here in vehicle form. Not my favorite.
Yep, I'm a bird that climbs ladders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So you have to do the Pathfinder quest or Pathfinder achievement in order to unlock static flying, steady flying, whatever they're calling it now. And that's fine. Like I won't use it. I like dragon riding, but once you've done that, you're able to just click this and it's a 5-second cast, and then you can swap between dragon riding and steady flying anywhere, like without having to go to Orgrimmar or anything, and that's pretty cool. But unless I'm mistaken, it sort of seems like you're not going to be able to, like, have those be separate for flight form and mount, and that is what I would want. I would want, like, when I hit my mount button, it puts me into like dynamic flying, and then when I hit my travel form, it's just regular travel form flying. Like, I would like that to be the way it is all the time. And I have a feeling you're not going to be able to set it up like that, at least initially. I bet people will complain, and they'll probably will make that an option you can have, but I wouldn't imagine that would be the way it would work from the very beginning. Maybe enough people will complain during the beta that it will be.
I'm writing my complaint right now.
All right, me too. I'd
No,
like
you're
dynamic
not.
flying. I'd like dynamic flying in flight form, but I would like to toggle it separately from mounting so I can have one be one and one be the other. Oh, follower dungeons are definitely way too slow. Like, they're definitely a lot slower, and they're not good if you're trying to go for speed. They're really just there for, for newer players, people who don't feel comfortable playing with other people and doing dungeons.
Don't fly into the web.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
But like, I was initially gonna do a video about follower dungeons and like, is there anything to this? And then I did a couple, and they each took, I mean, genuinely like 30 minutes. And it's like, all right, I don't know that there's anything to say about this. They're slow. Can I make a video that says they're slow? I don't think so. I have unspent talent points. How
Me
about
too.
you?
Yeah.
Excellent. I set a bunch of goo. I just set slow and goo since I
Yeah, I
figured,
just
like,
said go.
yesterday,
Same.
I'm just gonna kill him with my hammer.
Yep.
So yes, exactly. Wow, this goo is really good. I didn't use any yesterday because I figured I don't want something that slows guys. I want stuff that does damage, but this goo is incredible. All the damage ones disappear after one hit, but the goo just seems to stick around and last forever. Oh, okay, it finally wore off. I see. Too many guys got stuck in the goo for too long. This is the type of quest I really hope they don't turn into a world quest. But, they kind of have a 50-50 rate on that. Sometimes world quests that were like kind of boring, slow, regular quests then wind up being okay. Like, you come out here and do this for 10 seconds and you get done with your world quest. I'd take that. I'd allow that. All right. Floating cutscene. I think of it as like an accessibility feature, for people who have like anxiety about playing with other people in groups, which, yeah, it is an MMO, but they want to make the game be accessible to people, and that's kind of the only people that I would really feel like who actually need it, but it doesn't hurt anybody to have it for them, so I guess it works. I did think it was weird that they like put a cap on the number of them that you could do and then like made them give basically no XP. It was like, I get that they were trying to just completely nullify any chance of anybody doing anything degen with them, but I don't know what you could do degen with normal dungeons in the first place. And definitely not if you can only run like 8 of them a day or something. I never saw that. I guess it's a good idea to plan for every eventuality, but it sort of seemed like they really overplanned.
Whenever I think of follower dungeons, I think of withered training, and it just makes me recoil in
Yeah,
disgust.
exactly. Yeah, I think that would probably be the fear, is that somebody uses that to farm gold. But like, I don't know, go to any outdoor zone. Go hang out where all the gnolls are in what is it called? Like this area, the west area of Odnar, Azur Span. Like there are a billion people out there farming outdoor right now. So I don't see how doing normal dungeons slowly is going to be better than that. But I would imagine that was what they were probably trying to just be prepared for. Yeah, we're skipping this conversation.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we're done already. Wow, that is a seriously fast campaign for the level 1. And you know what? We started at level 72 and or 71 and we're definitely not level 73 yet. So it is clear that we are supposed to do side quest stuff along the way.
Yeah, as it stands, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, we barely didn't we barely hit it yesterday, and we did do everything. I mean, we literally did everything.
I was on a panda, so yeah, we barely hit it. Today we barely missed it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Boo.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm flying. I'm not allowed to change. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I had to rate these specs that I played with thus far, I think the Moon Bear, the Lunar Bear was the most fun. I think the Wild Stalker Feral Druid was also pretty fun. And I think both of the Druid of the Claw specs kind of a little underwhelming. I just want the proc rate to be higher. I think that would be more interesting. But I kind of think they need to do a big shake up to the Guardian Druid tree, like Raise and Tooth and Claw and Ravage all existing as procs that interact with or do something with Mangle. Too much. Too many attempts at playing with the same exact idea over and over again. They gotta like narrow it down. What do you want to do now? Do you want to do some side quests? Do you want to try something else?
I think I want to try playing something else. This is not great. This is not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I'm okay with trying something else. You just want to just run through this again on a different character?
Yeah.
All right. What have you got set up?
Nothing.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. My DK is not set up. I suppose I could set that up. Do I want to? I really want to play Paladin. I think I would rather play Paladin. I don't have Ret set up yet. Oh, this
Wish
whole
you could
area is a
copy over
capital city.
already.
Yeah, that would be
Uh,
nice. That would be nice. All right, I did play around with both of the Rot Paladin
you guessed it. That's what
things
I'm
earlier.
doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaman it is. I liked both of the prop Paladin ones. I really liked Templar. I thought that was incredibly fun. And I'm just gonna... I kind of know how to play Ret a little bit, so... Okay, I can't remember what Herald of the Sun does. Here we go. Casting Wake of Ashes causes your next 2 holy power spenders, so Templar's Verdict, to apply Dawn Light, dealing damage over time, and then it radiates to nearby enemies. Okay, got it. I don't really think this one's as great. You know what? Actually, maybe I do. I think that
Your
for
ancestors
leveling,
throw
I think this could
meatballs,
be
you
sick.
say.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
the
okay.
ancestors. Yeah. God, people
Okay
are really
then.
not thrilled about the ancestors.
Why? What'd they do?
I think they just don't do enough, whatever it is that people want. Damage,
People
healing,
are never
mainly
happy.
healing. Well, that's true, and certainly all the unhappy people play Shaman.
That's true, yeah.
I
As a
played
shaman
Shaman for a
player
long time. Yeah,
who's
I have
unhappy.
like 150 days played of Shaman, and as soon as I quit, I was like, man, this was the right call.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, I love this. Divine Steed lasting longer on top of your existing talent that increases the Divine Steed duration. That's really good. Like 7-second Steed. That's great. Okay, I'm going to play around with this Herald of the Sun stuff for a bit. I do have to switch to a two-hander, though. That's better. Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway with the Ancestors as well, because, like, I thought the concept was okay. And then I don't know, looked at what all the skills actually did, and it was not great. It was a lot less okay. There we go. Fix the cloak looking bad. Play around with a bit of ret, play around with a bit of prot. The Templar spec seems incredibly fun, like the most fun tank spec maybe that exists. I think the what is it called? Master of Harmony, Brewmaster Monk tree being like not yet implemented, or about halfway not implemented, and then the one of the Demon Hunter specs just completely being not unveiled yet. Definitely like those could maybe be better than Templar, but Templar is pretty fun. You're just like slamming stuff with hammers constantly. That feels pretty good. Let me get some potions on my bars. Not that I've needed them in any of this leveling. I know that
No.
they slapped us with the debuff, although it has fallen off. I think I hit Divine Shield and it cleared it, but there was a minus 20% damage debuff that we were getting as a punishment for unlocking the whole hero talent tree early. And even so, I felt like, our gear is what, like 437 item level, so like LFR gear. I felt like we were absolutely demolishing everything, like
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah,
just instantly killing
nothing that was
everything that
hitting
we
me was
encounter
like
on all the
a threat.
DPS specs that we've played. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was a threat.
I mean, yeah, you were shredding stuff as like a Disc Priest and a Resto Druid, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I haven't looked at this spec to see if there are any interesting visuals to it. I did like the visuals on the Templar. I thought the visuals on the Mountain Thane, the Warrior, were more interesting, but not necessarily like. I don't think the spec is as good, but I thought the visuals were cool. All right, let's try hitting them with a. Doesn't seem like. Oh, there we go. Okay, we can see the visual. It's this glow around them. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Radiant icon from Darkest Dungeon. Let me pull that up. Is it Radiant? I can't remember what it's called. This thing right here. Yeah. They've got like a lot of different icons that show up in that game, and it sort of looks similar. There's one for when guys become like virtuous or whatever that's like white and positive. Hold on, I'm showing the wrong screen. This right here. Kinda looks like it a little bit. Let's flip back over to the game. Definitely think it's inspired by that from Darkest Dungeon, the like little points of light all around. Yeah. Yeah, I see that a little bit. A little bit. I don't think I've ever played Ret as a Zandalari troll. I don't know that I've ever actually looked at their like two-handed swinging animations. I kind of like it. I don't know if it's good or not, but I kind of like it. It's a lot of backward spins. That's real smart. Whenever you're like fighting somebody with a sword, you want to show your spine to them over and over again. It's always my favorite thing in movies when it's sword fighting time. Let me just turn my back to you real quick so you can instantly kill me. I feel like there's nothing else like this in Hollywood, right? Like there's not boxing movies where people just immediately walk out leading with their chin. Like let me just throw my face at your fist real quick. I think that'll give me the advantage. It's only sword fighting movies, Jedi stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's interesting that they brought back Eternal Flame, the Word of Glory replacement with a hot. Like, it's surprising that they brought that back for Ret and Holy. I would have thought for sure that would come back for Prot and Holy. It makes sense in the context of this tree being like a big heal over time type of thing. Let's see if it has any sort of interesting animation. Yes, actually. That's pretty cool. I'm glowing. I'm on fire. Yeah, I like that. You know what?
Now I'm on fire.
Yeah, you know what? This tree, I thought it was going to be lame. It's actually pretty cool. I think it's thematically like really nailed exactly what it's going for. Oh, that is true. Yeah, the only weapon that exists in like, the past movies is a sword. That's it. No axes and hammers and stuff. It's just swords. You know, the Game of Thrones time. What time was Game of Thrones exactly? What year was that?
I have no idea.
I don't think I needed Devotion Aura for this.
Probably not.
I think we're going to be all right without Devotion Aura. I think I'm going to be rocking
Probably.
Crusader Aura the whole time. Give us a little bit of that sweet move speed.
Oh, so I thought you had to go to Valdrakken to unlock the other dragon riding talents, but you
Yeah.
don't.
Interesting.
Any zone. Go anywhere. Because I just accidentally went to Oribos because I was looking
Interesting.
away and then I clicked the portal and I was like, oh god, what am I doing here? And then realized,
it's
oh,
interesting
it
that you
matter.
say that. I logged into my Druid yesterday and I didn't have it. When I logged into my Druid today, I didn't go anywhere. I was just
Okay,
in
so maybe you just need
Orgrimmar.
to relog too.
I think it literally just relogging or changing zones or anything will give you all of the flying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with instead of Whirling Surge, the Lightning Rush on this character.
Yeah.
I like that you're able to choose between the two. My hope when I saw that they had put Lightning Surge or Lightning Rush into the game with that, whatever it is, Collector's Edition or Fancy Edition mount, my hope was that they would add a bunch more skills like that. I am a little disappointed to look and see they've added that skill and also Whirling Surge, and then that's it. I mean, it's fine. I was just hopeful that there would be I don't know, half a dozen skills that would all kind of compete for that same slot as Whirling Surge, Lightning Rush, a couple more things. Maybe in the future, maybe I don't know, mid-expansion patch for the War Within. We'll get a bunch more skills. That would be cool. I don't necessarily want a bunch more keybinds. I think I would just like more competitors for that one spot.
Right.
Because I think there's more than enough keybinds on the dragon riding mounts.
Yeah.
And just in classes in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaman tree is looking pretty similar, almost the same.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready to rock.
Yeah, almost. I just gotta choose talents and then do all my keybinds. I mean, my keybinds moved over. I mean, set up my clip cast.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep. I have a talent point ready to spend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first I've heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's the first you mentioned it.
that's
So.
right. That's right. Oh man, I miss Divine Purpose being good. I really wish they would move this somewhere else. Like, I mean, just anywhere really. But I think Rhett and Prot are both incredibly strong right now, so it's like kind of ridiculous uh to like nerf them or to call for buffs. Certainly, to call for buffs is ridiculous, and to want them to be nerfed when I am playing Prot is like, nah, I don't really want that either. But I would like to see Divine Purpose come back. I don't know. I would be okay if Pally got nerfed. If I didn't feel like I was in Paladin prison, I could live with that. That wouldn't really be a problem. I do like it in Mythic Plus though. It's legitimately fun in Mythic Plus, doing almost exclusively pug keys and never really, not that people don't ever interrupt, but it's never reliable. You never know if they will. So like being able to just single-handedly carry interrupts in every group I'm ever in by playing Paladin, yeah, it's good. I mean, same goes with Vengeance Demon Hunter, but even more overpowered, but not as fun. Sigil playstyle, not fun. We got a yeah counter somewhere. I think you're tasked now to be the one to count the yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haha. That was synced up, at least for me. Wow, that is a pretty long draw distance. I don't have it set quite at max, but I did see the big sword off in the distance. You can see it. You just have to not look at it. It's like a magic eye. They still have those. I'm not 1,000 years old. It's like a magic eye drawing. What are they called? I want to say painting, but that's not the right word. Book?
Oh no. Oh
What happened?
no. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to play Farseer.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. That is why
Oh
people are upset
no.
as Shaman, is because they don't like this talent tree,
Oh
and right
no.
now they have a sort of a Sophie's choice, if you will.
Yeah. Uh, oh no.
All right, I'm gonna go hit some more training dummies.
Oh god, the Farseer stuff is. My first impression is I don't like it. I'm gonna be nice about it.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can hit all of them with a divine toll and blast them all up with the beam. Nope. That's an interesting outline that they've put on this. It really makes it stand out. The solar grace.
For as many times as I said "oh no" out loud, I
Yeah.
said "oh no" like 40 other times in my head while I was reading the talent.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if divine toll will apply it to all of these guys or nope, just my primary target. Okay, maybe I misread it. On your target. Okay, yeah, I did misread it. Okay then, got it. Hey, a man can hope that it'll apply to everything you hit in an AoE, this insanely powerful dot. It didn't, but what if it had?
Mm.
They're nerfing all the range talents for like all of the DPS specs, or all the melee DPS specs, I should say. Like they're supposedly nerfing the rogue one. They're nerfing the one for druid, but only for bear. They're making it so that feral just has increased range for while it with all their skills while they're in cat form. And so that to me, they haven't said anything about Rep Paladin though. So like that to me just indicates that Rep Paladin is just going to be completely overpowered, still able to do most of their rotation from like 30 yards, not a problem. That's some good flying by me there. just directly into an obstacle.
God, this is.
Brutal.
I
It's
don't
not
like it,
good.
folks. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. If I was healing
You're
a
not
raid,
alone.
if I was healing a raid, fine. I'm not healing a raid.
I thought there was some stuff that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's neat. You
It's
know, that
it's
sort of a.
neat. It's fine, but like
But I didn't really love it. Hold on, I'm gonna look at it again. It's been a bit.
I'm kind of irritated by it.
Farseer. Oh yeah, it's tied to unleash life. Great.
Yeah.
Yuck. I mean, I get
Yeah.
that it does the thematic thing of like elemental shaman having their elemental echo, that old thing that used to be their old mastery, and now it's replaced with something else.
Fine. Yeah.
But yeah, eh,
Yeah.
eh, eh,
Eh.
eh.
Yep.
There we go. We have our counter for eh, or for yeah, is to say eh. Different kind of counter.
Okay, I'm just setting up my clicking keys now, and then I'll be done. And I'll be heading out to Yield Isle of Dorn.
What's your character name? Oh, I remember
Thalassa.
multi-strike. Okay.
Set up your party frame.
Oh, nice. I did set up my party frame to show class colors correctly, and they'll all look all good and stuff.
Oh, good for you.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Yeah, Pally hasn't gotten any sort of changes to their class tree. I think for the most part it's pretty good. The only thing I would change is I really do want to be able to take Divine Purpose, and I think this sort of like lower left wing of the tree, it kind of stinks. Also, face armor is like that talent shouldn't exist. That's way too weak. But, you know, for the most part, this is pretty good. Tree wise. Definitely one of the better ones among like DPS and tank, or melee DPS and tank class trees. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm thinking. Ret's actually been good for a little while and fun. Like to get both, to be fun but also not be bad. Like that's pretty strange for Ret. So that's not gonna last. It would be cool if it did though. Like I do think they're positioned to be really good in the next expansion. It's just, you know, I know how they are. They're probably going to whack them with the nerf stick. But if they don't, then they're going to be sick because both of their hero talent trees seem like they're pretty cool and fun, and they look good.
Okay, logging out to save my bindings,
Yep.
and then I'll log back in.
Yep. I didn't.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, that would be kind of like Holy Priest, where you have a guardian spirit for a limited time that's taking your place as a healer, but you are limited in what you can do in it since you're stuck in place. It could be kind of similar to that, I guess, but I don't know. So far, it's like it looks very like raid oriented to me
Yeah.
for the healing stuff. But you know, what do I know? Maybe they'll tune the ancestor to, you know, maybe he'll work out before the expansion launches.
That's the thing I'm trying to keep in mind and think about like throughout this whole process. It's just that like tuning plays a big deal or plays a big role in a lot of this. Like I really didn't think that the Shadow Pan tree was going to be interesting or good or fun or whatever. And as Brewmaster, I feel vindicated on that so far. But as Windwalker, it slammed. It did a ton of damage. I really liked the way it functioned, and I thought it was cool. And then, you know, same with the Feral Druid stuff. I thought the Wild Stalker tree seemed really like kind of lame when there were no numbers attached to it. Just mechanically, you get an extra dot some of the time when your dots tick. Like, I don't know. But then playing around with it, oh, it's a dot that just instantly kills stuff. Yeah, I love that. really underlines the complex system of interdependencies that make a spec or a talent or a thing good in a video game. It's not just the feel and all that stuff. It's also the tuning, but it's not just the tuning. It's also, it's all of those things interacting with each other.
This model needs an update. This Ghost Wolf model.
Yeah.
Update. Alright, I'm gonna get the cats some food and then I'll be ready to go to the Isle of Dorn.
Okay, same. I will be back. I'm gonna just grab a drink real quick. All right, and I have just now unmuted both of us, so nothing that was said in between can ever be heard by anyone ever, and no one will know what it was. But we're unmuted now.
Whatever.
Well, no one will ever know who got back to their computer first now.
True, yeah.
That's right. All right, you ready to go to the Isle of Dorn?
I'm in it already.
All right, great. You're ahead of me. Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure hoping that I get teleported there. Okay, great. All right, good. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I am feeling similarly on that front with Prot Warriors, because I think I have basically the same sort of feeling of like they're not looking that great so far. They're not looking bad. Like, I don't actually think Prot Warrior is bad. I don't think any of the tanks are bad. But, it's like, I don't know, meat metaphor. In a world of steaks, they are hot dogs. I like hot dogs. Hot dogs are great. If I'm being greeted by steaks and hamburgers, I don't want hot dogs. And that's where Prot Warrior is right now. They're in the hot dog slot. Good grief. I mean, I thought that the other specs I was playing did damage. They don't.
Yeah.
It's not really fair to compare, like, Wingsing Rep Pally with, like, all of your cooldowns going on to, any other DPS spec, really. But still, though.
I mean, even with the hero talents being what I consider lackluster for Shaman, I actually think that so far, it's definitely playing better than Druid was.
Yeah,
Although
that
I
makes
did like
sense.
the damage that Ferocious Bite was doing. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. I liked the damage that Ferocious Bite was doing with Druid of the Claw a lot, but I didn't really love like any of the other aspects of Druid of the Claw, and the procs were just too far and few in between for my enjoyment. I'm loving this, but I love Ret Pally. I have now come to realize I really like Ret Pally a lot. I don't remember the last
Ret
time I had
Pally
played it.
enjoyer.
I think the last time I'd played it before getting the legendary was like, I want to say Legion leg.
Let's kill a rare
Yeah, let's.
before he kills
Yes,
me.
let's.
He's not gonna kill me. I
No,
do
he's
not
not.
feel in danger.
He's gonna die in the middle of this combo. Okay, yep, that's what I was saying. He's gonna die just from this combo. Yes, he did. Wow, these are great animations on this guy. I might legitimately swap off of my Blood Elf to a Zandalari Troll. I think this looks fantastic.
Something's wrong with this quest marker for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like grayed out, even though I hadn't picked it up yet.
No, it's because we've done it before on our account. So it
Oh, they
looks
weren't
grayed
grayed out
out.
on my Druid.
Oh, interesting. They were for me. Oh, you haven't really missed much. We finished up the campaign on our druids. It only took about an hour, hour and 15, and that was with a couple of little breaks because of
He wasn't gone that long, Herald. He
oh,
was gone for like
5 minutes. Oh,
6
nothing
minutes.
happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. We teleported out here, and I've been just like one piecing everything with my Ret Pally. It's too strong. This class
Yes, in
is
the last 5 minutes, we completed the campaign.
yeah, we did it all in 5 minutes. Yeah, we did it again on the druids. You're right. All right. I think
So this is a classic combination for us. We always play Pally and Shaman.
that's
I
true.
don't know why we put all of our interrupts in one basket when we do Mythic Plus, but we do.
We do.
But we
All
do.
right. I've been playing enough Herald of the Sun already. The first quest was enough to tell. It's definitely good. I want to compare it to the Templar with all these hammers raining down.
I don't like this quest marker though. You can barely
Oh,
see
the grayed
it.
out one? No, yeah, it
I
looks
don't like it.
what it looks like to me is when you have picked up a quest and then you haven't
Yeah.
completed the objectives. You know, and it's like a
don't
grayed
like
out quest.
It's not good.
Yeah, it looks like that.
It's not good. Not great.
Yeah, I think that might have been why I never did Zandalari Troll as Paladin, or I didn't stick with it before, was
We gotta
because I
kill
think I
this
didn't
guy.
like the sword and board animation.
Herald,
Which guy?
this big beetle.
You're ahead of me. I still have to rescue a couple of Crash survivors.
Alright, I'm coming to help. Don't worry, a powerful shaman is coming to help you.
Oh, thank you.
I have ancestors or something I've heard.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody's really, really loves them. They think they're great. They're big fans.
Yeah, I've also heard that.
Okay, I finished my 3 quests.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
go
try
hand these
Lightsmith?
in. Oh, I'm definitely gonna try Lightsmith. I'm gonna play them all. I mean, I am both of those things are not mutually exclusive, and yes to both. I am going to play it, and I am going to hope it gets redesigned because I do not want to be forced into the. Okay, I'm ready to kill the beetle. I do not want to get forced into playing the like buff slave role, and I think that is currently where things are headed.
Oh no! I've caught your crouch animation bug. Oh no, it's contagious.
Oh god.
No. Oh no.
Ah, work in progress. Backwards text.
Hey, good morning, Javi.
Good morning.
What's up?
So one thing that they have played around with the Lightsmith is there's still some text that talks about targeting it on the ground, but it looks like you don't target it on the ground anymore. I think you just target it on a target, like, you know, like all buffs, like power infusion and whatever. And then it has the smart targeting to it as well, where like if you just cast it on yourself, it will put it on somebody else. Now I don't know if it chooses that person randomly or if it just chooses the closest person. That would be my guess. But I was playing around with it a bit yesterday, and I didn't have to ground target it. It was just casting on me automatically. So that would fix like the biggest complaint, but definitely not the only complaint. Like I want to play Templar, I want to rain 100,000 hammers a minute down on everything around me and do a ton of damage and get a bunch of free Hammer of Wrath procs out of it. I don't want to be the buff slave. And I think we know which direction it's going to be.
Yeah.
Unless they make it not be strong or they rework it in some way. But I don't actually think it's bad. I think it's good and cool. It's just like, it's the same reason where if all things were equal, I would rather play Blood DK or Brewmaster Monk, but I have to play or Prop Paladin for raid because of spell warding. It's that exact same thing. We're like,
It's
well,
those healers. They just can't be
Yep.
trusted to cast things
That's
without 12 up. Yeah.
There's this thing that only one spec has in the game, and it's incredibly powerful, and it's totally irreplaceable, and so somebody's got to do it, and that's you. And I would rather not be put into that
not
choice.
Me.
I would rather not be put in that choice.
It's you, not me.
That's right. But tuning is always like a thing that they kind of figure out in the 11th hour. So like Lightsmith in the end could wind up just being more damage and more like good than Templar, and then in that case, who cares? Ready to rescue some rock guys?
Oh, I'm rescuing.
I accidentally just reported a bug with that quest. I didn't mean to. I misclicked. I didn't put anything in there. Yes, absolutely,
sure
Javier.
happens.
I agree with that. There's definitely like, you want all the classes to not feel the same, but then you don't want to have mandatory buffs that only exist on one spec and are like build disabling or strategy enabling, like spell warding for Prop Pally or Gorfiend's Grasp for Blood DK, where they're just like basically mandatory to do strategies in an efficient way, and fights are dramatically harder without them. It's definitely not like as much criticism as the developers get, and as much as I am responsible for. I don't envy them their jobs, because I know it's hard and nobody's going to be happy, or some people are going to be happy, but everyone isn't going to be happy ever. And that's tough.
I'm starting the fly through quests area, method.
Yep. I'm about to step out. Yeah, I'm right on your heels. I could see more buffs in the way that they did it in Kata being a way to fix it, where there are a lot of buffs like there are right now, but there are more ways to get them. That was their initial idea all the way back in BFA when they brought back the buffs. Or maybe it was Shadowlands that they were planning to expand it, but at some point they were thinking like, we're going to have everybody have buffs. DKs will have a leech aura, and Shaman will have whatever, something else, like a passive haste aura, just like all kinds of different stuff for all the different classes. And ultimately, they obviously have like backed off of that to where they are now. I could go either way. I think the way that they're playing around with doing it in Time Running Pandaria is really smart, giving scrolls for everything, like everything, not just stamina, attack power, and int and all that, but also like the monk and demon hunter debuffs, like scrolls, right? 3%, 4% instead of the full 5. Like that works. That's acceptable. I could live with that. I think that would be better than where it is currently, where like if you're doing a Mythic Plus or a raid and you don't have a demon hunter in your group, you're just like handicapping yourself for no reason. Definitely some kind of scrolls need to be in the game. Again, I like the way that they did it in the Time Running Pandaria, where there's no professions in that, so like you can't really have them come from inscription. I think that would be the fix for retail, but just making them come from all kinds of stuff. You just get tons of them. You kill a guy, you get some scrolls. You do a quest, you get some scrolls. Like that's a good way to fix it.
Excellent cutscene, that.
Oh yeah, I loved it. All right, you want to go delve?
Sure.
All right, let's go do this delve.
Die, you crawling creeps! Won't get the best of me. Travel safe. The answers are here. I can feel it.
I think there are probably too many immunities in the game as it stands right now. I definitely think like the ability to external
Tier 2?
immunity people. Yeah, definitely. The ability to external immunity people with like bop, spell warding. I don't think that's great for the health of the game. I think that makes it so that you're able to ignore a lot of mechanics that, you know, they don't design the fights with the intention of you ignoring the mechanics, and they probably shouldn't do that. So those probably shouldn't be things that exist. I haven't played much Wrath Classic, but I do remember that being the case, and I did think that was good, yeah.
Nerubians might pop out if you do.
Well, I've been advocating for the existence of sort of a shopping cart for totems, that you could put all your totems into a shopping cart and haul them around with you, since Wrath of the Lich King retail Wrath of the Lich King. And, you know, they still haven't done it yet, but I think any day now maybe we'll get my totem shopping cart idea.
That's everyone here. Let's keep this cart moving.
Oh, yeah. All right, we got some big boys coming to get us here in a second. There we go. Templar time.
Who are they coming to get?
Dead. That's what they're coming to get. I killed them all so fast I can't even really show off the Templar stuff. The problem with Rep Paladin, just too much damage. I don't know what this skill is, but it doesn't seem like it's doing a lot. I guess at higher levels, it's basically just like a bunch of damage, like a whirlwind. But
It's a dot on us.
oh, I see. Yeah, it is. It's like a whirlwind dot. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I figured it out. Basically, Templar summons a bunch of hammers that do like AoE damage. Herald of the Sun puts like a single target dot on your enemy, and they're both tied to Wake of Ashes. So basically, they're both semi-passive damage bonuses, but one is for AoE and one is for single target. And honestly, they both look pretty good. I like them both. I think, you know, I think you're going to use one for Raid and one for Mythic Plus, barring any changes or barring any like weird tuning disparities, where you just run one for everything.
I'll be over there in a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember when they put in, I can't remember what they're called, but the different buttons to place all 4 totems at once, and then you could like customize 3 different loadouts of 4 totems at once. Oh, what a glorious time that was. Oh yeah, the line from the sunspots. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to Herald of the Sun for the boss up ahead, and then also get to play around with the sunspots a little bit on the way to it. I do want to see some hammers, but I'll do that as prot.
Things. Oh, we didn't pick up the quest down here.
You didn't pick up the quest. I pinged it.
Oh.
And I did it.
Oh, okay.
That is a lot of dudes in this minecart. That is...
That's why it's moving so slow now.
I almost walked off there for a second. I'm killing everything too fast to be able to... Okay. Being griefed by a shaman. What's new? Oh, I don't have bop either.
It was gonna die. It had dots on it.
Yeah. And now it's definitely gonna die. It's got a big old sword hitting it.
I'm more of a lunch and dinner person, so I have like sandwiches for breakfast. Herald is very much a breakfast person. He loves eggs.
Oh, look at that line. Oh, man. Everything dies so fast.
Sorry.
It's a good problem to have. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't have any sort of click cast stuff working right now. All right, I think this is the point where we're supposed to just run forward and kill the boss.
Yeah.
General
And here's a
webinar.
power, and there's powers in the room ahead.
That's exactly right. There are some powers to pick up along the way. All right, got him. I got a power that made me immune to damage for the next minute. That seems pretty good if you're doing these at some sort of like competitive level. I can't think of a time you would ever want to take shear over
Watch out
fracture
for the cart.
as things are currently
It's gonna run us
designed.
over.
There's always a possibility that they'll bring back the like weird, awful version
Watch out
of
for the
Demon
cart.
Hunter where you just spam shear the whole time. We killed it before the cart got here, which we have not done on any other characters. So that's kind of an indication of how much damage Red is doing right now.
Stand back while I clear this.
But there have been some horrible versions of Demon Hunter in the past where you literally just spam shear the whole time. You never do anything other than shear. And, you know, I hope that they are like vigilant to the point where if that ever were to rise back up, they would kill it before it had any sort of chance to ruin everybody playing Demon Hunter's life. But you never know. But that would be the only situation in which I think you would ever take shear. I don't think so, though. I think there's too much stuff that's good at the bottom of the tree that I think that wouldn't be a play style ever again. Yeah. Okay, go hand in. Oh, I have to talk to Bran again. Every single time we've gone through this, so 3 times now, I get out of here and I'm like, well, I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm good to go. Why would I? Is this the first time you can ever think of where you finish a quest, you know, like a dungeon or a whatever, a scenario, a thing, and then there's a quest objective afterward where you have to have a conversation about what you just did?
Is it the first one? No.
Okay, well, all right, asked and answered then. Okay, we are up to the quest where we go get the ore and the mushrooms.
Yes.
And I am flying over to where you are, and I think I'm going to switch to Prot, because I've been really
Okay.
enjoying Ret, and so
Sounds
it's
good.
time to have less fun.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I would imagine dragon would taste like snake. Don't you think?
Yes. Probably tastes like alligator.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wrong sword,
Which,
I think.
for all of the people in the chat who have never had alligator, we live in Florida, so you can have alligator here. And
Yeah, but you shouldn't. It's gross.
you shouldn't. It's not very good.
It's not. I mean, whatever. It's not really
It's
meant
like
for food.
greasy chicken. It's not super offensive, but it's not great
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Swamp chicken. Well said. You know.
Yeah.
Here we go. Templar time. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. I might.
I thought you were gonna have less fun. You're not even delivering.
I thought I
on that.
was. No, I'm having a good time.
So you lied to our viewers?
Yeah, I did. What are they gonna do about it? I'm having
don't
fun.
know.
I'm
The
allowed.
button's right there.
Oh no. Report me to the fun police?
No, unsubscribe.
No, not that.
No, don't do it, guys. Well, can't refund time. Sorry.
That's
Wish
right.
I could.
You can't get it back, no matter what you do.
And some other quotes about life, etc.
That's right.
Like, yeah. Live, laugh, love, etc.
That's right. That's what I'm doing every day. I'm living and I'm laughing and I'm loving.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Templar's pretty nice with it. I really like the 2-button follow-up is like I feel like that's the thing. I barely ever have played like any other MMOs other than WoW. Like that's just not really ever been my genre other than WoW, where I've played like I don't know 40 or 50,000 hours of it. So clearly it is. But
Where are you going?
I'm going to this cave. I shouldn't.
Oh,
Though.
you are gonna do this
No,
quest?
no, we don't even
Okay.
have it. So no.
Ugh.
Oh man, but there was oh my god, there was some Korean MMO. I don't remember what it was called. Aeon. That's it. I remember what it was called.
Oh, Aeon, yeah.
And
One
it
with
had
the wings.
Yep. And it had like
Yeah.
multi-button combos
It's really
just like
beautiful.
this. It was a very pretty game. And I didn't really love the play style or anything. Also, I chose, whatever faction was like that nobody played. Like I chose the low pop one, and it was a PvP game, so I just got it annihilated all the time. So it didn't really like stick for me. But I did think that multi-button combos were really cool, and then they've almost never done anything with that in WoW. And I've always thought, like, man, that's such a good idea. Like, why
You know
not?
what I think would be cool is skill chains like they have in Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
where you combo with other people and your two things make a bigger effect together.
Well,
That
that's a
one's
pretty cool idea. Yeah. All right, let's pull a couple guys together and just one bang them. That's pretty good.
I already finished that, and I'm putting
Yeah,
people in the
I'm pretty
water.
done. I know you're drowning people back to life. I'm just playing
Yeah,
around
I'm
with
over here
keybinds
drowning
and
people
stuff.
instead.
That's right.
Yeah.
In healing
Yeah.
waters, so that they're
Hero.
healed.
Hero.
That's right. You're holding their faces under the healthy water and making them breathe it in so that they feel better.
Yes, hero.
That's right.
Better than Drosvar's questing, where you were going around poking people with a needle
Yep,
to see
that's
if
right.
they were a witch or not.
That's right. That was our brave heroic quest. We were stabbing people with with needles. Or stabbing people in the hip as a brave heroic figure.
And then at the end of it, you were awarded a gun on your DK. It was,
That's right.
very
That's right.
very well written quest line.
It was definitely one of those things that it's an experience.
I'm doing it.
I've had a time. Yeah. Okay. This is a very weird thing about the Templar Paladin. Or not Templar. I've switched over to Lightsmith. Okay, so you get this weapon imbue, but when you click it, it doesn't use it. You have to actually click it onto your weapon. I don't love that. It's like 1 hour, you have to click it and then click your weapon. I'm sure you can write a macro. I mean, that is ultimately what I'll do, is I will write a macro that uses the weapon imbue and then uses your weapon, use whatever the item slot is, 13 or 15 or 18. But I just would rather not have to do that like that at all. You don't have to do that when you use like Wind Fury weapon. You just press Wind Fury weapon and now it's on.
The sky here is really pretty.
I haven't really looked up, but you're right. I like that purple haze, that hue,
Yes.
the clouds. Yeah. Oh yeah. And now I'm doing the quest where I drown people back to being healthy.
Mm-hmm. Drown to your health.
I like that idea. Yeah, I like the idea of comboing skills together. I think that seems like it would fit a lot more with what they should. They want Monk to not just be like a 5 keybind class, and I think that's a good idea. And I think it's working right now for Windwalker Monk, the way that they've redesigned it, just playing with it yesterday. It felt awesome. But they've somehow made Brewmaster Monk have more keybinds, which I don't even understand how that was possible. And yet they've done it. And definitely there should be some of this kind of 2-button combo. That's all you need to make Brewmaster feel like it has some combos. Either some sort of interaction with skills where doing this then makes the next thing do more. They kind of have tried to do that with Blackout combo, but it's just too simple. It's just you Blackout combo Tiger Palm to do more damage, or you Blackout combo Breath of Fire to do more damage, and that's it. Gotta be more interactions between skills. Just not 50 keybinds on the class. It's all about simplicity. Please.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
They've completely missed the mark when it comes to Monk, this expansion, and it's not even that it's bad. I want to like it. It's my favorite class, like, for nostalgic reasons, but it definitely has been my least favorite version of Monk to ever play. I've only played it for one of the 3 tiers of this expansion, and I'm not playing it in Season 4 as my main. I'm in Paladin Prison, and I don't even feel bad about it, because I'm having a lot more fun on Pally than I have on Monk, unfortunately. Very nice. I have Realm last on Monk. I did, as soon as I played Monk on the Miss of Pandaria beta, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I mean, before even playing it, I was like, I'm definitely going to play it. I love this, and I want to, like, spend a lot of time thinking about it and talking about it, and that's, like, going to be a big part of my life going forward, and it has. And like I said, I want to like the current state of Monk. I liked it in Aberrus. I think it just has too many keybinds right now. They've just gone too far. Too many keybinds and then really not enough damage. Like, if you're going to be the most complex tank in the game, you gotta do the most damage. You can't be, like, 4th place.
I don't understand why Shaman gets to keep Primordial
Exactly.
Wave, but Druid has to give up Adaptive Swarm. What is
I'm not
this
happy
shit?
about that. I'm not happy about that. I'm happy with the Monk class, like, talent tree changes, though. I think those are good. So I'm still optimistic. I think there's a real possibility that there are tank changes coming that are good and big, and they just haven't gotten to us yet, and that's why we have seen basically nothing for tanks other than Whirlwind has its rage cost reduced for Brat Warrior for all that whirlwinding you do. All right, we're gonna go talk to Moira Thurison. Why do I feel like we're very close to the end of the quest line?
We are very close to the end of the campaign.
No. Wow, this campaign is actually, I don't want to say too short. We've gotten better at it. But
No, it's not
okay,
that.
no, it's not that it's too short. What it is it's
It's
short.
not even the whole campaign.
Well, obviously. I just meant this one zone, but it's probably not even the whole zone campaign. And also, we're not doing any of the side quests, and we are intended to do side quests. Yes. Yes.
We went poking around in areas that are not open yet. We were bad.
That's right. We got killed.
They didn't put us in prison, though. But we did get killed by some things.
We killed some rares that scaled down to our level, but then a bunch of regular level 80 mobs just ate us for lunch. Definitely underwhelmed by the class tree changes to Druid so far and the stuff they've proposed. I want to like the Lunar Bear. Well, I actually do like the Lunar Bear. I think that talent tree is pretty cool. I think the concept is pretty cool for Lunar Bear, but I think the baseline Druid changes leave a lot to be desired. Oh yeah, we still gotta fly over here and rally the Storm Riders.
Yep, I already flew over there. Now I'm flying out to the coast.
Yep. I want to do a little bit of combat. I just switched to Templar. I haven't done, or not Templar, Lightsmith,
well, we can
and I haven't done anything
stuff out
with
at
it.
the coast.
Oh yeah,
there's stuff out there with help.
I didn't realize I was supposed to hand this in before I fly over. I'll be right there. Oh, I've leveled up. Did you know I have an unspent talent points?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm actually not getting the flash thing anymore for it, so...
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know how I stopped it, but...
I still am. Yeah, that's true. They did sort of half-ass a lot of the renaming of Shadowlands skills.
That guy asked why the fuck Breath of Fire is not a combo off of Keg Smash.
Yeah, it really should be.
Censored you, sorry. I didn't see it.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that should definitely, like, have some combos. Oh yeah, this quest. That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's just going by faster because we've done it a few times
Oh,
now.
can you share the quest? I don't know how I didn't pick that up. All right, I have to go back. It's not showing what to pick up either, but great. I'm sure I'll be able to find it.
You have to talk to him, and there's a cutscene.
That I think I flew off before the cutscene or something.
Yes, it does censor. We don't stream that often,
That's
and
true.
I don't know if you were here last night when we had somebody who they were going through something and they were taking it out in the chat, so yeah, it does censor.
I'm sure I'll be able to find this quest, but I haven't found it yet. Dun Algaz? Kaz Algar. Do you have any idea where you picked this quest up?
I picked it up at the front of that place. I had to talk to the guy, and
Yeah.
then I left from there, and then it took me here for these two quests. I basically talked to the.
I'm gonna try reloading. Because I'm just told I need to pick up a quest, but then I have a different quest, but that's
So did you talk to the
different.
guy in front of the dungeon?
Yes.
Okay, then you fly back to where you came from. Up top.
Okay.
Oh, I'm coming.
Like the top of the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up here.
Oh no, not there.
Oh.
Like in front of the building downstairs where the
Yes.
NPCs were.
Okay. Like here.
Yeah. Yeah, you talked. Did you talk to them?
No, I didn't talk to these guys.
Okay.
I talked to them
Go back
before.
outside. Go back outside on this level. Not on the teleporter, just on this level.
Alright. Yeah, I don't even have a exclamation point or anything on my map. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the good old game is bugged. We're gonna try a little
this is
relog.
not where the quest is.
I'm gonna try to do a little relogging here and see if that fixes things. I would agree with that. I do think that the stone structures, it's probably like some lighting effect or something, but they do look a little bit like Legos. Or yeah, some sort of
I'm coming back over there.
I don't see anything.
Do you have quests that are just not being tracked right now?
No. I don't have any quests. I'm flying around looking at some beautiful artwork. But yeah, these do look a little bit like mega blocks or something. It's a bit of like a weird reflective sheen on some of the stone that doesn't look quite right. I mean, that could be lighting effects again. I don't know. Yeah, so I was outside the quest area, or outside the dungeon here. I handed it in to the guy. And then I didn't get a follow-up from him. And I think I was supposed to. And he's gone now. I'm going to try zoning in to the dungeon. See if it does anything.
Did you talk? You talked to the guy at the dungeon, and then did you go
Yeah.
back and turn it in?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should have been.
That didn't do anything.
What was the last quest in your log?
I don't know. I relogged, so I don't have it. Okay. I think I can pick it up again. I think it has showed up for me. Yep,
Okay.
I got it. Bailgrim. Lasting repairs. Okay, I have it.
Okay. And then
That's
you'll finish it right there.
right. And then I go to the Cinder Brew Meadery to join you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't know why that wasn't showing up.
Alpha.
Oh yeah, that is why.
Hard to say. I don't know what graphic setting he's running on right now. I do know that they're probably not completely done with textures.
Yeah, I would think. I would hope so.
So
I'm gonna do a little flying in circles here. Just looking at some talents. Alright, some of these for Lightsmith are kind of lame. I don't care about a 15% move speed slow. Who cares?
okay, while you do those two
Oh
quests,
god, I definitely don't want to land
gonna
in this
feed this
area.
cat
This is the
again.
area with the guys that kill you instantly. Okay. Yep, I'll do this quest. We're taking care of a kitty cat. A bitey kitty cat, apparently. A clawing kitty cat.
It's not very nice.
He's an old man and he has diabetes. Livabetes. He's a young man. He's a teenager. Want to swap that around so I have the move speed bonus from Freedom. Oh yeah, I'm noticing that move speed right now.
Look at him.
That's a good kitty cat right there. He got very bitey and clawy, but then as soon as he knew what was coming, the cat food that he wanted.
Bite me.
Oh, he didn't bite. He just got clawy, but as soon as he knew the cat food was coming, he got real polite. He sat in his chair, and he was just a good little guy.
He can do whatever he wants. He's old and he's still alive, so whatever.
I was told he was not old, that he's young.
He is a baby. He's my baby.
So I've played around with Colossus Warrior a bit on training dummies. I did throw just a little bit of training dummy footage of that into the video that we put out earlier. I guess it was yesterday at this point, but like, I don't know, 12, 18 hours ago or so. I really like all the bonuses on Colossus Warrior, like all the passive ones. I think that the Colossus, Demolish, the skill, the Fists of Fury for Colossus Warrior, it hits really hard. I think the stun immunity and the damage reduction, I think those are good. But, they basically gave Prot Warrior Fists of Fury. Like, I just think it was a bad idea from the inception. Like, it's a bad idea executed well is still not a great idea, unfortunately. I want to like it. I want it to be good. I also think the animation with a sword and a shield does not look that great. I think it looks better with a two-hander than it does with a one-hander and a shield, unfortunately. I hope that they will put more effort into the animation. I would imagine they will, because it looks pretty incomplete right now. Maybe if they tune the damage up some more, or tune up some of the passives some more to make it better, then it'll be good, but I want it to be good. I'm just not that thrilled. It kind of just reminds me a little bit of the Legion artifact weapon. I can't remember the name of the skill, but basically you would just like hold your shield up as like a channeled thing, and like that could be really useful sometimes. And then there were times where it wasn't so great, and I kind of think that's where the Colossus, whatever it's called, is in the same boat. Somebody's throwing up. Yeah. he's unsure about whether he wants to throw up. Great, that's even better. We love when a cat doesn't know what he wants to do. I'm AFK, I'm cleaning up cat food, and I did not mute my mic for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just shooting spiders.
I'm not.
I don't like this quest that much, actually. I think that the shooting them is way too slow for how many are coming in. We're like almost getting overloaded every time.
Okay, I am back. I'm in the same boat. I really don't actually like this quest all that much. We had a bit of a cat puke emergency that then seemed to turn into nothing, which is always, you know, that's kind of how you want cat puke to go, to not actually be a big deal. I'm being webbed by these spider guys. Okay, I made it to the end of the quest here.
Yep.
It seems like a quest that you maybe can't fail.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You do kind of get stuck in the mode where if you hit the button to knock them off you too quickly, then you have to
Yes.
wait for another group to come onto the mount and then
Yeah.
hit them off, and that's annoying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Gonna fly back over to Dornogal, and then I think we're done with the campaign for this zone.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a side quest or two? I feel like we flew through this one compared to Druid. You disagree?
I wasn't paying attention. I was listening to the cat to see what he was doing.
I believe he's just sneezed.
Yeah, the cat's not biologically human. He's
No.
just a 16-year-old feline.
Yeah, he's
But
biologically
he is
orange.
He is a baby.
That's right.
A big baby.
A big,
do it.
sleepy baby.
That's the quest. Let's do it.
That's right.
Okay, another one down.
Another one down. All right, this one
I
was
would
fun.
say I enjoyed Shaman a lot more than Druid.
I was going to
as a
say, I think
healer.
this was my favorite of the three that we've done, even over Monk. Even though
No,
I
I
really liked
enjoyed
Monk.
Priest the most.
That makes sense.
The AoE that it does is like really fun.
Do you want to fly over to the crossroads and pick up the quests
Sure.
that send us to do some stuff like playing around in the dirt?
Okay.
I feel like there was a breadcrumb that took us to the crossroads, but we could just fly over there and see if we can just pick up quests. That's true. That's very true. I've owned, well, sort of.
So my cat
like
is
orange
actually
cat.
orange. He
Yep.
is an orange tabby.
Oh yeah.
And he's not one of those single brain cell kind of orange cats. He's actually like stern and pretty smart.
Oh yeah. He has a scowl. He has a very serious face. One of the most serious faced cats I've ever
But
seen.
he can look cute too.
Yeah.
He can look sweet.
All right, what do you want to do? You want to do the one
Dealer's choice.
Okay. Let's go all the way to the northeast. Let's do the one where we help send the guy out to sea and then he just powers down. The one with like murlocs.
Yeah, there's big guys out there you can fight.
Yeah. Plus, when I was in college, my family got a tortoiseshell cat, and like, she definitely had a very strong personality. So I reject that base assertion. The different colored cats don't have different colored personalities, or different types of personalities, anyway.
We're getting close to the area that you're not supposed to traverse.
Yeah, we just flew over it. Over it.
Didn't see you standing there. Yeah, didn't see you either, man.
No, I just flew in. And boy, are my arms attached. All right, let's do this. Where are you at?
Nearby.
I want to do some Templar, or nope, I keep saying Templar, but Lightsmith. I want to do some Lightsmith stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I
Make
threw a
it
weapon at
so.
you, and then it went to me also.
Okay.
So one little bug that I ran into yesterday playing around with the Lightsmith, not the Templar, is that once it shows like one of the weapons, like when you use,
What did it give me? It gave me something that you
yeah,
needed me there for?
yeah, it's sort of like a power infusion with Blessing of the Twins or whatever, where if I put it on somebody else, then it goes on me, and if I put it on me, it goes on somebody else. And so, like, basically, it just got stuck on the weapon when I was playing around with it on the training dummy yesterday. And so I just had, like, weapon, like, 7 times in a row, which is fine, right? Like, if you want to just do damage. But it's supposed to alternate back and forth between the two. Supposed to. So one buff will be shield, you know, defensive, and the other will be... all right, we're doing that.
I keep forgetting I don't have it talented to knock up instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
My
I feel
points
like
are
we
a little
killed all these
different on here.
guys. Hmm.
Yep, we already
Already killed all the fellas.
yeah.
It is supposed to turn into a weapon after you use the shield, and then a shield after you use the weapon, and so on back and forth, but that hasn't been the case yet.
Oh, and I hope you guys like fishing, because there's a lot of like little treasures, and you gotta like get fish for them.
That does seem, yeah, there was that one turtle that we were going to rescue that it seemed like you had
Yeah,
to
and
go
there's
fish.
a fish too, who's over here. He's like
Oh.
further north.
Well, it's
West,
nice of
I
them to
think.
put in something for the fishing people.
You need a guide? Oh, smell you again soon.
They did the big expansion of fishing all the way back in Legion, and then they kind of took a break on doing anything with fishing for a couple of expansions, and then they did give fishing people something to do in the last one, this most recent one. Yeah, it seems like I'm just stuck on Holy Bulwark. I'm annoyed about that. I want the damage one. I don't want this stupid shield. I don't care about that. Although I will say, it's very strong. It's negating like 300,000 damage, and it just keeps stacking up every few seconds. Yeah, I could see Lightsmith being pretty fun as Holy, fitting into like a fun concept with that. If I weren't having to give up all the damage from, oh god, this quest again. Oh, all the damage from Templar being like sacrificed so that I can put defensive buffs on people. I did middle and then left, and that turned it on. I think that was all it took.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Orb. I'm trying to get it to change, and it just stays Holy Bulwark forever. Come on.
Alright. Done.
Maybe I need to swap specs or something to make it change. Yeah, I guess we're done with this quest line already. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can do another one.
We can fight a rare over here if you want to get beat up by some level 80 mobs.
I don't want to die. I'm not trying to get killed
Oh.
to death.
Well, then I don't have any recommendations, sorry.
Interesting. Swapping specs and then back just sort of instantly reset the cooldown. There we go. All right, now it's working. Now I got Sacred Weapon. Good.
Where to?
Next quest line, I suppose. The Lost Delivery.
Although I'm riding a frisbee, it doesn't get stuck in trees like a dragon, so...
That's right. Oh, this is the one with the salve and the bees. Okay, I remember this. We pick up this cup. Or something. Then we come get this honey, and we mix honey and mud together. Yep, that's exactly what it sounds like. We're mixing honey and mud, and then we're rubbing all over this goat. And then, I don't know, that does something, I guess. It's unclear. I'm okay with the idea of the skill changing back and forth between the two as long as it does that correctly, but it does need to do that.
All right, we're approaching the quest lines where we had 2 bugs, actually.
Yeah.
This one is the first one that had a bug.
Oh
This
god,
ram
I've been
one
knocked
that we're
off the
approaching.
mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put your back to the
Yep.
mountain for
I
this.
remember now that these guys knock you back as soon as they spawn. I had forgotten.
Yeah, I suppose it could be a good time, depending on culture. You're gonna get blown away. Oh.
It knocks you back, not away, literally in the direction that your back is facing. So if you stand on the cliff
Excellent.
and you put your toes over the edge of the cliff, you'll get knocked to safety. Oh, you got that one already? Okay, just the one up top. Cool.
It's showing that there's one there, but it's not. I tried clicking it and it's not.
There's just this one up top. Yeah, it's not removing the quest markers when you click the things. I'm noticing that.
Very irritating.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, gonna report that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, this is the one where we wake up this mountain
Alright, don't
giant.
forget to report.
Yeah.
Yep.
What am I reporting?
Quest markers are
Yeah,
not
quest markers
disappearing
not disappearing.
as we placed the
As
obelisks, I
place
guess. I don't know what those are.
totems.
Totems, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing. Totem, obelisk, whatever.
We're doing a good job. We're doing our job here. We're testing and we're giving feedback.
Yep. Yep, I expect my check from Blizzard in the mail.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get it any day now, I'm sure.
Yeah, any day.
For all my tens of thousands of hours of beta testing.
Yep.
Alright. I am going to hit you with that buff, and then we're gonna kill this thing.
But I have a bee.
You know, it's possible that they fix all of the issues with the Lightsmith by just making the weapon totally suck. And then that would sort of prevent any complaints that anybody has if it just doesn't do any damage at all and it's terrible and the tree stinks. And you know, that certainly would be one way to fix the problem. Just make it not add a lot of damage at all. My fear was that it was going to add way too much damage, but I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it added a lot of damage to us so far. Certainly not as much as Templar would add. Maybe it's one of those things where it scales based on the person that you're putting it on. So putting it on like a Resto Shaman's not very good, but you know, putting it on a lusting fire mage or something is going to be pretty good. That you do less damage than a lusting fire mage.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh yes, this quest.
Love to gather dirt. That's what this expansion's about, you guys. Gathering dirt.
That's right.
Just like the last one, where you gathered dirt. Send that stuff to the Shadow Realm. Oh.
The Shadowlands. No, I'm not that cruel. See sort of a seaweed elemental across the way from us. We don't have to do anything with that guy right now, but I do see him. Just pointing him out.
Let's kill him. Let's kill him.
He's just a regular guy. He didn't do nothing to hurt us.
I thought you wanted to, like, test skills or something.
Yeah, I am. But we can kill some of these evil guys over here, the silt guys.
Oh, I forgot to combine them, and I've just been Picking
I only
them
have
up.
4 of each,
Oops.
so
I've unfortunately left some on
yeah.
the last couple of piles that we killed because I was
Whoopsie.
maxed out and didn't realize.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good feedback on Mage. I'm definitely going to get around to playing that during this alpha cycle as well, because I like Mage.
Herald the Mage, as he's
You
known
know
in
it.
some circles.
All right, you're here. Catch this weapon. Oh, that guy evade bugged. Okay, whatever. He didn't want to die. Too bad.
I need like, I don't know, 1 or 2 more.
That's interesting. I buffed myself with a sacred weapon, and it did not go to you. I would say that this talent tree is not working very well so far. Got a lot of times where it's supposed to change to a different weapon, and it's not. Sometimes it's not going to the other player. I don't really feel like the damage is all that significant, but it's
Alright,
kind
I'm
of
all
hard to
done.
test in leveling situations where like you're killing mobs so quickly anyway. It's not like it's raid setup. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm hopeful the Demon Hunter will be good. I want to like the Eldrachi Reaver.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're switching to all mage content now.
That's right. World of Mage.
I don't know if any of you that are watching participated, but we did ask if people wanted to see DPS stuff, and people were like, no.
No,
No, we don't. There was like a
not from
resounding
you.
no in the poll.
Like, all right then.
Okay, we'll stick to the tank
Loud
stuff,
and
I guess.
heard. Tank only. Got it.
You can only play tank.
That's right. All right, I'm coming to join you.
Okay.
Yep.
And
I
I'm gonna
have
flee.
leveled.
Bye.
You know, it's something that I've never talked about on the channel or anything ever, but my 2 classes that I level when I like am leveling a character, I guess my 3, because I've leveled a couple of Windwalker monks for like heritage armor and that kind of thing, but it's either warrior, because I just like warrior, or it's mage. Like I have probably leveled 8 to 10 mages over the years of playing WoW, but it's like, okay, I level it, and then what? I'm gonna do something in raid or dungeons that isn't tank? No. And that's pretty much it for me playing mage. But with delves as a possible in-game, who knows? Maybe. That'd be fun. I did like Mage Tower with them. Makes sense. Why wouldn't you? It's in the name. Yeah, I'm not super impressed with the damage on the Lightsmith so far either. But again, I do think that the shielding that they were giving was like really good. So, you know, it might get used. I could see it actually not getting used. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. Yeah, that's just straight up not sharing with you, even though I am spec'd into the talent that makes it share. But if I share it with you, it will then share back to me. There were also, I think there was one time when I threw a weapon on you, and instead of sharing the weapon with me, it gave me the shield. Which, that ain't no good. That's not what we're looking for. Alright. I'm going to switch back to Templar, play that a little bit. I think I've seen enough of Lightsmith. Nope, not yet. Not yet, I'm not going to switch. I got to get out of here. These guys are going to be respawning too quickly. I know I hit that one guy with a Blessed Hammer, but I guess he just doesn't want to fight.
There's a big pack up here if
Excellent.
you're gonna switch.
Oh, I just switched. I'm ready to go. You know, take
All right, let's
plunder.
go.
Laws apply to all.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aggro these and group them up over here.
All right, here goes. The hammers dropping on everything is just, it's so fun.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. Also, you have this buff that, how do you stack it up? I can't remember. You stack it up by doing, it's one of these, I swear. Oh, it's the bottom one, of course. Every time you call down a hammer, you gain a stacking buff, and then, yeah, when you hit 60 stacks, you're able to cast your, like, big bang for free that then causes you to rain down more hammers. So, like, they've really stolen a lot of Warrior's Thunder, a lot of the, like, positive feedback loop where the more resource you generate, the more procs you get, then the more resource you generate, the more procs you get, and it just on and on and on. Positive, this, like, super positive acceleration. Bam. Yeah, we're going. I love it. I mean, it's the best thing about Warrior with what is, frankly, a much stronger base class underneath. Way more group utility, a bunch of immunities, silence, ranged threat, just the ability to do most of your rotation from range, self-healing, group healing. And then it doesn't even have, like, the downside of being, I don't know, slow or weak or not doing any damage. It just does more than Warrior. Oh, well. Oh, man. The random free Hammer of Wrath procs as well. Awesome. Like, again, a thing I wanted for Prot Warrior. Like, I wanted Sudden Death to be, like, a legitimately viable talent all the time instead of something you're able to take in raid sometimes, and then that's it. It's a real Lord, I see what you've done for others, and I want you to do that for me type of situation here. Playing Paladin and thinking about Warrior. Alright, you ready to cut the wick and do the Great Collapse?
Yes?
Alright, great. Excellent. Oh my god. This damage is insane. And this is his prop paladin, not red. Like, you know, I'm doing damage that I'm very happy with. More than I was doing as Brewmaster or Bear Druid. So it seems like Pally's still on top, at least for now. Yep.
Just looking at stuff, trying to figure out if they're
Oh, yeah.
working properly or not.
Yeah, that's pretty much confirming all the stuff that I wanted to feel like was true is true, which is Lightsmith, Templar, and then Rep Pally, pretty good as well. What am I playing right now? Herald of the Sun. I like this one. That's some pretty big damage. Oh my goodness. And then now we just have to kill Workmaster Earwax. Sure. Oh, man. It is funny how those old memories stick with you. I remember getting passed up for the shield off of, oh, what's his name from Zul'Gurub? For another warrior in the guild the first time it dropped. I didn't feel too good about that. A lot of damage. Pretty good animations too, other than this crouch animation that I'm stuck in. Again. A lot of crouching. Oh yeah, this is the quest that had us go around and loot ore. And also kill wolves to get cores.
Yeah, the wolves is the part that I was saying is going to be a hang up, because they're not only are they roaming the prairie, they're you know.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that with the Earthen. I just cannot believe that they put in a dwarf race. Finally, they gave the Horde a dwarf race too, and then the dwarf race can't do anything about bleeds or debuffs. Like, that's what is it that they think people play dwarfs for? The joy of being 5'1"? No, man. It's to remove debuffs. That's what makes them good. And then they make a dwarf race that doesn't have that. Ridiculous. Oh. Yeah. Alrighty. I am up to 1 core from these wolves. Okay, you know what? This was not feedback we gave initially, but actually, this is a good opportunity for feedback.
It was my feedback if you didn't include it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, the drop rate on the cores and the amount of, I don't know, the distance between all the wolves, the lack of wolves in the area, I could actually see this quest being kind of a hold up for people. Not great. Fun to kill them, though. That's not changed. Whew. Repellies. Slamming.
I have 1 core, and I've killed, like, a ton of wolves.
I have killed a lot of wolves. I'm up to 3. I do have several dead over this way. I'm about to kill this guy, too. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with with the state of the Earthen racial. It's like, just as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, that's interesting. They are expanding in power skills to something beyond Drakthir. I guess that's cool. And then I like looked a bit more, and I was like, okay, I like that there's the permanent food buff. That's neat. But then, like, where's the bleed removal? I just kept like looking at it over and over again. Like, surely I've missed it. They can't have just intentionally put in a dwarf race to not give it a bleed removal, but I guess they can, because that is what happened. All right, I've killed even more dwarves, even more wolves. I still haven't gotten my 5th one. There we go, finally. I have a couple of wolves that I killed over here. This guy, you might be able to loot.
Don't know, actually.
I don't know. We haven't. So something that Ian Hazukosta said in a recent interview is that there will be like. He didn't compare it to Legion, but like Legion, like a lot of expansions, there will be like an opening campaign quest line or something, but that they're not going to show that to players, that they want that to be something that players all experience for the first time when the expansion is live. So that's sort of like a little ominous in terms of like, oh, I sure hope it doesn't bug out, because I remember Warlords of Draenor, day one, like for the first 5 hours or so, the garrison starting as Horde was bugged out. You couldn't do the garrison. You just couldn't build one. And they had to like fix that for a lot of realms. And so my group ran Blood Maul slag mines for, I don't know, like 5 hours or something until they got that fixed, basically.
Oh.
So, you know, the idea of them having something that's not publicly tested as the first thing you do in the expansion is a little scary. But it does seem like once that's happened, that I think everybody just gets thrown into the zones all at the same spot. But I don't know. That would maybe not be great if you're wanting to level with War Mode on, which that usually is the better move. It worked out pretty fine in this last expansion. I thought that worked okay. I mean, did we really have any PvP while leveling in the last expansion? I know we had PvP with the servers.
Did you finish this guy, or are we needing to do this separately again?
I haven't finished him.
Okay, because he randomly,
is
when
bugging?
I gave him what he wanted,
Great.
he said, not what I have in mind, as if he was responding to
Oh, interesting.
you giving him something different.
Oh, yeah, he stopped on me as well.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you go ahead. Great, so we really do have to do this one separately. Excellent.
I reported it yesterday. I'm going to report it again.
Yeah. Hey, look, you know, if you're enjoying Brewmaster Monk as it currently stands, then that's a good thing. I think ultimately, as long as you're having fun playing the game, you're playing it right.
Though we have seen some really interesting approaches to playing the game.
Yeah,
mostly in
and
Mythic
to having
Plus.
fun, yeah.
Mostly in Mythic Plus, though.
Yes, yes.
Really, really interesting approaches to playing the game.
That's true. I'm doing the pose. I'm doing the weird crouching pose on a mount. I'm standing on the mount and crouching. This rocks.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer. Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Let's see if I can crouch on some other mounts while you're in there forming this thing. Yep. Oh, yes. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. Perfect. Yeah, you're going to need to check the stream feed on this or come look at this or whatever, because this is
I'm coming
ideal.
Oh, wait. No, I'm not.
No, you keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I am coming up. What's happening out here? Oh, you there. Get down from that horse.
I don't know if
me.
it's the same on your screen as it is
It
on
is.
mine, but I am crouching on the
is.
back of this horse.
You
I'm
are.
surfing. And then when I fly, I turn into the normal
Try the
like
disc.
riding mount.
Do the
Oh,
disc.
boo. No.
Oh,
No.
You fixed it.
Oh, man.
Boo.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh. Yes, you were very much
Damn.
like the NPCs in Drusfar.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Very much like the NPCs in Drusfar. You there. Get down from atop your horse and help
That's
me.
right. That's right.
I'm almost 73. I'm 1.25 bars from 73.
I'm slightly under 1 bar from 73, so yeah, we're right at the same bit. Oh, thank you, Corgran. He's hammering my foot. Oh, he asked me for a charge core, and I just didn't see it, I guess. He asked me for a charge core and then told me I'm a good helper and then stopped.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's not good.
That's okay. I'm just locked in on the on the chat. I didn't really look at it, if I'm being honest. Oh, he wants me to throw in more ore to him. I didn't really look at it. I generally don't love, I wouldn't say I don't love any of the armor, but I don't know. A lot of the more recent armor I haven't liked as much. In the last expansion, I think my favorite tier set of like plate stuff was Paladin from Aberrus, and then I think that was about the only one that I really liked in Dragonflight. Yeah, male sets, they rarely look any good. Like, I could think of some ancient shaman sets, like 10 Storms, that I like, but that's probably more nostalgia than anything else. I don't know that they actually look great. All right, let me take a look at these Arathi armor sets from the next expansion. You know what? I'm looking at some of the old concept art, and I do think that the plate looks pretty good. I haven't seen the new in-game models of it at all, but I think that the concept art was really good. I like it. I could see wearing that. Yeah. All right, we're flying off to meet with Urtago again. Yeah, the leather does not look very good. The leather does not look good at all. Uh-oh. We're helping a senile old robot.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
and then
we
we're
are.
gonna put him out to pasture. Spoilers.
We're
Sorry.
gonna send him out to sea.
Send him to sea. That's true. Yeah. Because
Right now he's at
robots.
pasture. Yeah, right now he's in the pasture, as you can see. Well, this is really more of a hill. All right, you want to go meet by the shore?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, nice. I see you there, riding along.
I'm so tiny and cute.
That's true. Oh, and you do the whirl with me. Oh, that's great. Let's see if you do other animations with me. Oh, you do. Cool.
So cute.
You're kind of getting clipped through, but, you know, still. All right,
Well.
let's see if you stop with me when I stop. Yep.
Yep.
All right, you're cute. You're very small and cute and red.
Well. All right.
And pointy, as you can see from the teeth. Oh, you despawned. All right.
Just like real life.
That's right. Very pointy. Sharp elbows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was
this
looking at the
is
BlizzCon
a
panel
sad
piece,
quest
and
line.
I did like the mail and the plate ones, and then the cloth one was fine, and the leather one was horrendous.
I haven't been this sad about a quest line since Runus.
Legion, yeah.
Yeah. Get away from my mana.
Oh my goodness, the damage is just too much. Not that
Do
I'm
not
complaining.
be fooled, friends. I am not a lore nerd. I actually do not know what is going on in WoW. I stopped following the storyline after it stopped making sense. So
So what, from before it was made?
Yeah, pretty much the beginning. When I started
Yeah.
playing, I was like, wait, I don't... What? Okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a literature major, so it's pretty disheartening when the story doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Blizzard's whole thing has always just been rule of cool. Like, that's why they have guys like riding around on motorcycles in their fantasy game. It's fine. Is it cool? Yeah, alright, then that works. Like, I can live with that. Now, again, that's why I think that the game's at their best, or Blizzard's at their best, when they're just making everything be silly. I don't want it to be serious. They tried that with Shadowlands, and we saw how it went. Horrendously. Don't be self-serious. Don't take things too seriously. Be goofy. Be goblins and gnomes blowing stuff up and riding motorcycles around. That's when the story works. I did see Runas got brought back. Yeah, I loved that. That was a real crowd pleaser.
Yeah, I saw it, but I still feel sad about him just sort of literally withering away.
Going
That
hollow,
was, like, the
yeah.
saddest. It was very sad.
That is a big fat hammer of wrath. 160k crit. Look at the Dawnlight tick. It's honestly not doing that much damage, but it's all the other stuff in the tree that does so much damage. Like, the Dawnlight is actually not that huge of a dot. But then, what is it? One of these around here. This right here, getting the extra Hammer of Wrath hits. I feel like there's something else. I know I'm being attacked right now. That's fine.
Oh, we have a new remember me, Earthen.
Yeah.
All right, I leveled up.
All right, I'm coming over there.
And I put a robot out to sea.
Yep. All right, he's
the
dead.
Maw is still the worst zone they've ever made. Still is.
True.
Isn't a past tense situation. Still the worst zone.
It really is. I don't miss it at all. Like, I really don't.
It's really terrible.
It's been pretty easy to not miss.
Going back in there for like achievements and mounts and all that other stuff. There's so many things I left behind because I was just like, no, I am not going back in there again.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to.
I like to go back and like look at places for nostalgia reasons, or even like taking screenshots for like using in videos and stuff. Like, that's all useful. That's all cool. And there have been parts of Shadowlands that I've been willing to go back and take a look at and be like, you know, this area is kind of nice. I've never had that moment with the Maw at all, and I never will, because it's just an ugly, like, void.
We're done. This is where we finished last time.
That's right. Yeah, we're good. We did it. All right, cool.
This is the end.
Yep, this is the end. Yeah, Zereth Mortis was cool. I liked Zereth Mortis a lot. I thought a lot of that architecture and artwork was really good.
I will say, though, the area with the I love Zereth. I'm a huge Art Deco fan, and I loved all the geometric stuff in there. So, but the desert area where all the like hordes of mobs were, those things were like really dangerous when you were gearing up. Like, they were way too dangerous, actually.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty good call with Shadowlands. I mean, I always said it yesterday. I still feel pretty good about it. Like, I think it's the worst expansion they ever did. I think it's the biggest... That's controversial, maybe. I think it's the biggest missed opportunity. Because, like, everybody was home from the pandemic, and there's a whole thing. It's, like, one of the biggest surges in sales they ever had, and subscriber numbers that they ever had. And then... it was like a real letdown. They just missed on so many different things, and it basically all boiled down to the players saying, we want this, and them saying, no, you don't. And they were wrong.
I think the biggest misstep in Shadowlands was not making all of those portals go to the zones. All of the portals that are around the entire room in that big circular room, which you would assume are portals to the areas, they didn't take you anywhere. They didn't do anything. Yeah. They were nothing.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a hub, and then you still had to take a flight path out of it. It was very stupid.
They could have fixed a lot of problems if there had been more, like, just quality of life built in from the beginning. Like, if all of those had been teleports to the main city, if all of the Hearthstones that you got for hitting max renown with the Kyrian and max renown with the Night Fae and so on, if those Hearthstones were separate Hearthstones that took you there, just teleported you right there, instead of being just a different flavor of regular Hearthstone, all that kind of stuff would have, I mean, that would have fixed a lot of people's opinions on the expansion.
Yeah.
I actually kind of agree. I do think the Burning Crusade was probably the worst X-Pack, just simply because, like, the game was still kind of in a half-finished state. But it's a bit of an apples and oranges comparison, and it's definitely, like, people will cut your skin off if you say that in the wrong company. They will flay you living for saying a bad word about TBC.
True. Exactly.
Yeah, I think Ouroboros. I do think that's a pretty easy call. I think Ouroboros is the
That's
worst
what I just said. They
capital
didn't make them
city.
portals.
Yeah.
It was a terrible hub. It wasn't even a hub. It just had a flight path out of it.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yep. You felt Arthas everywhere in Wrath. You like Dalaran is pretty
100%.
iconic. It's a good capital city in both of the expansions that they've reused it. You know, the original use in Wrath and then reusing it in Legion was a good call. I guess you could say the worst capital city ever is like the Garrison.
Yeah.
But I actually think Ouroboros is worse even than the Garrison. I would rather have the Garrison again than Ouroboros. I remember from the time that them putting Arthas everywhere. Every quest line you finish up, Arthas is there to talk to you and then leave and let you stay alive. Like, I remember that being a thing that people were upset about, but it was like a response to the criticism that people had of the Burning Crusade, where the only way you ever felt Illidan's presence at any point was if you did Black Temple. And so, like, for a massive swath of people who played the game at that time, they didn't raid, or they certainly didn't actually kill Illidan. So, like, most of the people who play the game, like, all they ever got to see of Illidan was, like, in the opening cutscene.
Yeah. Well, we finished all of the quests, and
Yeah,
we finished the campaign twice.
that's right.
So, we think that to 73 is going to be pretty breezy. Plus, you're going to have some rested XP on the front cap of that, so it'll probably be a little bit faster even. I'll miss having all of the hero talents like fully loaded.
God, that
when
has
we
been
are
nice.
leveling.
Yeah, I will definitely
It's been
miss
nice
that.
testing them. I don't
Yep.
really feel like it was super easy to test the shaman ones because I'm not casting enough healing spells often enough to test them, and the other hero spec is not available, so I can't test it at all.
Yep.
But I really hope that we'll see some others become available over the next couple of days. DH is obviously big one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I like this opening zone a lot. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely quick. I think they're probably going to have this stuff tuned around the idea that you are doing side quests, but
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it, and I think the side quests for the most part are actually pretty good, so that's good. There's also the expectation that you're probably going to do some dungeons during the campaign, so that'll probably fill in some XP as well. Like, we have that one quest over here at the dungeon where we hand it in, and then they say, you don't test this during the alpha, but I assume that will then be a spot where you do the dungeon there, so that'll probably add a good bit of
Yeah,
XP.
maybe. I'm always worried when there's like an instance that you have to go in during the launch of an X pack.
Yes.
Because you're either looking at a disconnect, a character stuck in limbo, part of your party can't get in, or they're stuck in limbo. Like, I'm just not really crazy about that. Also,
That is
I'd like to
true.
know how I went AFK while I'm flying around with you on your mount.
I was wondering that too.
I've gone AFK a couple of times, and then it sets me back.
Yeah, very
not
nice looking
AFK.
skybox in this area, I have to agree. Now, if I look at the map for the other zones, one thing I have not noticed in this zone, or I've noticed not being in this zone, I should say, is no bonus objectives. And if we look at the other ones, Hallowfall and Nerubar, there's no bonus objectives either there. I'm really excited to do Nerebar. I love Ankahet and Ajal Narub and all of that. I like the Nerubian stuff, so that's going to be cool. But I noticed that in the Ringing Deeps, there's this one bonus
can't.
objective here. One.
You can't. You can only Dragon. You can only do this on the traditional dragon riding mount.
Yeah,
You
you're
can't
not
do it on
able
the
to do
mounts that
ride
have been-
along on anything except
Yeah.
for the dragon riding ones from this expansion. Unfortunately.
Yep. I wish I was like a mini me on a disc. That would be
Oh, that would be great.
amazing.
Yep.
But no. No. Or if you could just like sit on your friend's shoulders or something.
That would work.
They should work on that actually. I think that's a missed
Absolutely.
opportunity.
Yes. Alrighty, I think that wraps us up for tonight. Pretty good
Yeah,
run.
It is 5:10 in the morning here.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's
you know.
true. Yeah, it is. Pretty good runs. I definitely enjoyed the second one more than the first one. I will say that. But I think Druid's okay. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Everybody have a good night.
We're probably gonna do another set of leveling, maybe 2, and we will, of course, as they release the other tank stuff and what have you, we'll be testing that too. So watch out for other streams. We don't know exactly when they'll be because they're kind of dependent on what the development team is doing.
That's right.
And obviously, I'm sure if you watch our channel, you know that streaming is not our biggest thing. So
Yep.
yeah.
You're crouching again. Not me though.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
That's right. Oh, time to crouch. Oh, there you go. Well, that just makes sense.
Yeah. Anyhow.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.
That's right.